Chapter 26:17. Ning Shu guessed that when the client came back, they would eat until they were round again. A leopard cannot change its spots. When Ning Shu thought of this, he really wanted to give up on his diet and eat to his heart's content. But he had to put a perfect end to this game and return to reality. When the time came, he could eat as much as he wanted. "Sister, I'm losing weight for fun. If I want to be fat, I'll be fat." Ning Shu listened to the sound of his third brother slurping his noodles and his stomach growled. "Despair. I've rewarded you for your live stream." "Why did you reward me? The gaming platform will take half of it," Ning Shu said directly. "I pitied you. Just treat it as sending off a beggar." Ning Shu rolled his eyes seductively and entered the gaming cabin to play. As soon as he entered, a message popped up. "Song Mountain has a well named empty invites you to join the team. Do you accept?" Ning Shu, "Hi, of course." Ning Shu directly rejected it. Then another message came. "Song Mountain has a well named empty invites you to join the team. Do you accept?" Ning Shu agreed this time and rushed to the abyss where the instance dungeon was. The Great God team was still the same. Some of them also returned. They glanced at Ning Shu and then looked away. "Song Mountain has a well named empty, little fat girl, you're so arrogant now. I called you twice and you only came over. Don't you want to chase Yan Xingzhou anymore?" Ning Shu, "I just don't want to see you." Song Mountain has a well named empty was obviously thinking of the flirtatious dance when she was drunk. She touched her nose awkwardly. "Let's go and do the dungeon," Yan Xingzhou said. Ning Shu glanced at the little yellow chick at his feet. It was fluffy and looked like a chick that had just hatched not long ago. This chick will not grow into an old hen in the future. Imagining a cooing old hen following Yan Xingzhou around, the scene was unbearable. The group headed to the abyss. This time, the dungeon was very difficult. Even the Great God team was more careful now. Ning Shu asked, "Did you do a live broadcast this time?" Returning ignored her. Ning Shu asked again, "Are you doing a live stream for this dungeon?" Song Mountain has a well named empty. Dungeons without absolute certainty will not be broadcasted. Let's check it out now. Ning Shu immediately said, "Since you're not going to do a live broadcast, why did you ask me to come along? Wasn't it only good to call her over to embarrass herself during live broadcasts? Why did you call me when you were practicing? Was there something wrong with him? I'm also going to level up, okay?" Song Mountain has a well-named Kong. "Little fat girl, how can you belittle yourself like this? Isn't that just a foil? I'm a joke. You can laugh just by looking at me, right?" Song Mountain has a well-named Kong. Why are you so humorous? I think you're a very funny person." Ning Shu was speechless. "What the fuck? Are you crazy? It was like teasing a puppy. I say, are you guys done yet? Are you going to level up or not?" Returning saw the two of them giggling and felt very uncomfortable. Especially Song Mountain has a well-named Kong. When she went to his house, she found that he was richer than she thought. If he talked to Tao Jing, he might fall in love with Tao Jing. Ugly people are more mischievous. These people were probably blind. Ning Shu curled her lips. She felt that it was boring and wanted to leave. She didn't want to level up with these people. Ning Shu was very eager to level up and do a few live broadcasts. Then she could eat a big meal. Wasting time on these people would delay her time to eat a big meal. She bid farewell to the game and could do whatever she wanted. "I'm leaving. Without me, this burden, you guys will succeed in clearing the dungeon." Ning Shu turned and left. Song Mountain has a well-named Kong stops you. "Ning Shu, why are you leaving? You're already here. If you don't participate in the dungeon, your credit rating will be deducted." Ning Shu doubted, "How come I don't know? This is the hidden credit rating of the game. I invested in this game. How can I not know?" Song Mountain has a well-named Kong said directly. Ning Shu's pupils shrank and looked at Song Mountain has a well-named Kong. "What's with your eyes?" Song Mountain has a well-named Kong suddenly felt that the chubby girl's eyes were sharp and cold. "You invested in the game. You're really rich. The rich one is the old man, not me. The holographic online game was a game company that he invested in with the old man." "Oh, I can't help it. My time to quit the game is up. I can't level up with you guys. Ning Shu directly clicked to quit the game. Ning Shu opened his eyes and took off the game helmet. His fingers tapped on it. He didn't expect Song Mountain has a well-named Kong to be an investor. Ning Shu felt that the client had a lot of negative comments and all kinds of emojis flying around. There was probably a water army behind it. All kinds of funny game live broadcasts could also increase the game's popularity and attention. With attention, there would be people playing the game. It was commonly known as hype. Not to mention that it was a lot of money to buy the game capsule. There were all kinds of flashy and awesome equipment in the game, which all cost money. Some people were reluctant, but some people were willing. There were goddesses in the game, and there were also funny ones. Even Return probably didn't think that she was also a person who was schemed against. Return thought that Tao Jing, a scum, next to her, was quite good. Song Mountain has a well-named Kong asked the client to level up together. Only when the beauty and the ugly girl were together, there would be a topic. There must be a game company adding fuel to the fire behind it. Return might also have found a water army. Anyway, the profit was the game company. The client might be stupid and didn't understand, but Ning Shu could slightly think of something. A beauty and an ugly fighting for a god, how much of a topic would it be? Ning Shu was in a bad mood, so he decided to make 2 packets of meal substitute powder. The client was also a talent. Even if it was a game, it could be used as a business opportunity. They were ignorant and didn't know anything. Seeing a handsome little brother, she just followed. Ning Shu exhaled, finished a bowl of meal substitute powder, and went upstairs for a run. Next time, no matter what, he wouldn't accept the invitation. After being slandered like this, did they give him an endorsement fee? Did they give him a psychological compensation fee? Who knew the psychological damage caused? Before, he didn't know that Song Mountain has a well-named Kong was an investor. Every time he called the client over, he thought it was nothing more than watching a good show. Laughing and joking, he just thought it was a fat girl who liked to call the client. But now, Ning Shu felt a little cold. They deliberately put her and Return together. Yan Xingzhou was the tempting bait. He just didn't know if there was any PY transaction between the brothers. Song Mountain has a well-named Kong could seize the business opportunity of a grudge in the game. No one else had this kind of brain. Capital was ruthless. Ning Shu was sweating profusely from running. This game should be finished and he should quit. With the client's personality, it was better to eat and eat. He definitely couldn't win in a battle of wits. Chapter 26:18. She killed her way up, leveled up, and did a live stream every time she cleared a small dungeon. The number of live streams under her game ID was also increasing. Of course, there were also people who came to watch Ning Shu's live stream. I'm here to watch the live stream of a gamer scum. Is this how the live stream is funny? Stop talking, can't you see that the live stream is about to use his ultimate move? But I'm easy to feed. Did she lose a lot of weight? +1, I think she lost weight too. There were quite a lot of comments in the live stream. Most of them were discussing Ning Shu, but no one talked about the game's mechanics. Anyway, this person was full of flaws. I heard that she went to a gaming party. She was quite pretty and even sat with Yan Xingzhou. She must be shameless and insisted on sitting with her idol. Just thinking about it makes me feel embarrassed. The bullet screen actually started chatting. Ning Shu chuckled in her heart when she saw the bullet screen of the live broadcast. Anyway, as long as a person was labeled, everyone would deny their existence. No matter what they did, they would be denied. Ning Shu didn't care. Anyway, when she leveled up, she would do beautiful live streams, clear dungeons, and buy dazzling equipment. She would fill the game with legends of her sister. She was only around level 30, and those experts were all around level 100. Moreover, the levels in the game would get harder and harder. Sometimes, she would have to buy equipment to clear them. Ning Shu didn't care. She had pocket money every month. Now, she didn't need to eat, so she could save money. In a family, only the client had pocket money. Third brother, who was also a gamer, didn't have any. However, he earned money in the game. It was enough for him to live a carefree life, and he could even tip a lot. But now, third brother had changed to a live stream. He tipped a beauty and occasionally tipped Ning Shu. He was like a pitiful beggar. He tipped once for every livestream. He said that he didn't want Ning Shu to be lonely and pitiful without a single fan. Those who watched Ning Shu's livestream were all passers-by. Some were just there to watch a joke. No one tipped. Third brother was the only one who spent money. Ning Shu suddenly felt a little moved. Although his third brother's mouth was as foul as a spear jar, he still loved his sister very much. System notification. Song Mountain has a well named is empty has invited Easy to feed to join the battle squad. Do you accept? Ning Shu refused. Then, another message came. Ning Shu still refused. The messages came again and again. Ning Shu still refused. Song Mountain has a well-named Kong privately messaged Ning Shu, "Hey, little fat girl, what's going on? You don't want to join the team anymore? You don't want to chase after Yan Xingzhou anymore? You've become cocky." Ning Shu replied, "I'm just like you. I'm just like you. I wouldn't even fling you aside." Song Mountain has a well-named Kong. "Come here, I'll tell you what Yan Xingzhou likes to eat, what color he likes, and what underwear he likes." Ning Shu rolled his eyes. "You even know what kind of underwear he likes. What's your relationship with him?" Song Mountain has a well-named Kong. "Don't mind the details. What I mean is, Yan Xingzhou and I are close brothers." Close brotherhood, I guess. It just so happened that he had something to ask him, so Ning Shu agreed to join the battle squad. This time, they were still in the abyss. They had to continue the dungeon from last time. Ning Shu asked very bluntly, "You guys didn't pass last time?" Returning Star's face immediately darkened. They were in the middle of a live broadcast, and she said such a thing as soon as she arrived. Wasn't this telling everyone that this wasn't their first time here? They would definitely win every time they ran a dungeon. If you don't know how to speak, can you not speak? Ning Shu hooked his finger at Song Mountain has a well-named Kong. "Come here, I have something to ask you." Song Mountain has a well-named Kong narrowed his eyes and walked over. He wasn't in the range of the live broadcast and asked, "What do you want?" "You called me over so directly. Aren't you afraid that Yan Xingzhou will get jealous and stop being friends with you?" Ning Shu's expression was very disdainful. "You're a little disgusting, always talking about Yan Xingzhou. Okay, let's not talk about him. What's the matter?" Ning Shu felt his hands itch. He couldn't wait to punch him in the face. Ning Shu directly asked, "The matter of me being slandered, were you behind it?" Song Mountain has a well-named Kong immediately looked left and right. Seeing that no one was around, he said, "What are you talking about? You were slandered." "Actually, it wasn't slandered. Everyone was just having fun." "Have fun? Then why did you run around naked and let everyone have fun?" Ning Shu sneered. "If you admit it, I'll still think you're a good man. Otherwise, this matter won't be over. I'll kill you every time I see you." Song Mountain has a well-named Kong raised his hand and said, "Actually, it wasn't really behind it. I just thought that you were interesting. The game developers thought that there was a gimmick, so everyone was just having fun. But someone said that it wasn't good. I just started it. I don't know why, but everyone started slandering you. They couldn't stop themselves. It's mainly because you're too funny. Also, it's because of you. If you didn't run around with Yan Xingzhou, your skills were so bad, and you even tried to steal Yan Xingzhou from Gui Lai, everyone would naturally slander you." Ping! Ning Shu punched him in the face. Song Mountain has a well-named Kong groaned in pain. He covered his nose. His nose was sore and unbearable. "You!" Ning Shu pulled out his sword and slid it across his neck, directly emptying his HP bar. Song Mountain has a well-named Kong was caught off guard and killed by Ning Shu. Fuck, he was actually killed by a level 30 chubby girl in a dungeon. Team Great God, what the fuck is going on? Gui Lai wanted to explode on the spot. His eyelids couldn't stop twitching. What's going on? They were in the middle of a live stream, but they lost a great god. How were they going to fight? There was also Tao Jing, who was dragging them down. It was really over. Was this live stream going to be over again? Gui Lai took the lead and shouted at Ning Shu, "What are you doing? We haven't even started the dungeon and the team members are already fighting amongst themselves. The worst part was that Sung Mountain's Jing Ming Kong had been killed, not this damned fatty. The people watching the live stream were also speechless. This was the first time they saw their own team members kill each other in a dungeon, and the one they killed was even a great god. Damn fatty is bad at killing monsters, but he's pretty good at killing people. Yeah, even Ass was killed. That's because the great god wasn't paying attention. He must have been ambushed. Ning Shu and Sung Mountain has a well-named Kong were talking on the side. They weren't in the live stream's range, so they didn't know what happened. There was only a system notification. Sung Mountain has a well-named Kong was easily raised and killed by Sung Mountain has a well-named Kong. Ning Shu sheathed his sword and said, "I'm sorry, I hit him a little too hard. We were just playing around. I didn't expect him to kill himself. Sigh, it hurts." Chapter 26:19. After killing a god, Ning Shu's experience bar increased by quite a bit. It was even more than the experience gained from killing a monster. Ning Shu thought to himself, why do dungeons? I might as well do a live stream killing a god. The experience came quickly and I could take revenge. Song Mountain has a well is empty. You can't go online for 3 hours. He's probably furious right now. Ning Shu felt refreshed just thinking about it. Are we going to dungeon next? Ning Shu asked the others. Yen Xingzhou coughed and said, since he's offline, you'll take his place. Ning Shu nodded. Okay. Return immediately said, how can she take Song Mountain has a well's position? That position was the most powerful position. Once it couldn't be defended, it would collapse. And this dungeon was so important. She was doing a live stream. Live stream. I'm convinced by that damn fatty. Goddess Return is so tired. I hate this kind of drag the team down the most. Only Return is patient. If it were me, I'd just kill her and make her go offline. +1, +2. The live stream was asking Return to kill that damn fatty and make her go offline so she wouldn't drag the team down. It's a pity. How was killed? Return's face turned green. She held back her anger. I don't agree with her taking Sung Mountain has a well's position. Just like what was said in the live stream, Return really wanted to stab Ning Shu to death. But she couldn't really kill Tao Jing like what was said in the live stream. It would affect her image and would easily cause her to lose fans. If she made her fans feel bad, at least she could get money. But if she was impulsive, there was no benefit at all. Especially if she had a conflict in front of Yen Xingzhou. Tao Jing had already lost her image, but she couldn't implicate herself. So, even if Return really wanted to kill Ning Shu, she desperately endured it. It was very difficult to endure. Return was one of the more important people in the team. She didn't agree to let Ning Shu take Mina's position. The other team members also didn't agree. If that was really the case, then this dungeon run would be a waste. She really couldn't afford to have a burden. Yen Xingzhou said, how about this? I'll keep an eye on her. I won't let her drag the team down. Return. Fuck, he was protecting her again. Why was Yen Xingzhou protecting her like this when Tao Jing got into trouble? To put it bluntly, he wanted to help her. Returning was very irritated. Were the two of them going to be together again? When exactly did it develop? Could it be during the gaming party? Right now, Return didn't have the slightest intention to clear dungeons. He felt wronged and wanted to question Yen Xingzhou. What was so good about Tao Jing? Why did it have to be her? She was not pretty, tasty, and fat. Why did he have to protect her? Moreover, other than being a burden, there was no other use. But she really didn't understand. She worked hard to become outstanding, to become very outstanding, to be able to match Yen Xingzhou. Whether it was in terms of appearance, skills, or marriage in the future, she was a woman who could be in the hall and in the kitchen. However, Yen Xingzhou still didn't like her. This made Return very frustrated. She felt that her efforts weren't rewarded. What was her hard work worth? Why was Tao Jing able to get what she wanted even though she didn't know anything and didn't do anything? This wasn't fair. Fuck, what does Prince Charming mean? Yeah, in front of Return, what does Yen Xingzhou mean? Don't tell me that Prince Charming has such a strong taste. He actually likes that damn fatty? I feel sorry for Goddess Return. Kill that damn fatty. She's an eyesore on the live broadcast. Right, there are great gods around her. She's just a piece of trash standing there. It's really ugly. Goddess Return, I support you to kill her. The live broadcast was about to cover the screen. They all felt sorry for Return and spurned the shameless Ning Shu. Ning Shu directly spread his hands and said, "Since you don't welcome me, I'm leaving. I'm going to level up. I don't necessarily want to clear dungeons with you guys." Every time Return would say, "Why are you so lucky, loser? You're not worthy of being liked." Looking at people like that every day, it makes you look noble and unparalleled. I'm a piece of trash, but I didn't hurt anyone or hinder anyone. Every time I tried to clear a dungeon, I was called by someone. I didn't take the initiative to come. Yan Xingzhou said, "You can't leave. If you leave, there won't be enough people. How about this, you stay behind me? I'll take 2 spots." Return exploded. "No matter how good you are, you can't take up 2 spots. We're a team. It's not a place for you to be a hero saving a beauty." Yan Xingzhou frowned. "I'm not a hero saving a beauty. If that's the case, then find someone to replace her." Return saw Yan Xingzhou's cold expression. He was obviously angry. Return subconsciously wanted to submit and please him. However, anger took over her heart. "Then find someone. You leave the team first." Ning Shu didn't hesitate to leave the team. Did he really think she wanted to be here? However, seeing Return gnashing her teeth in anger, Ning Shu felt quite happy. Especially when she saw the goddess of light collapsing. Tragedy was the destruction of beautiful things for people to see. Ning Shu felt that she was creating a tragedy. Destruction was such a beautiful return. It was fine if the two of them were at peace, but the other party obviously wouldn't let it go. Moreover, the person who slandered her in the game had to be slapped in the face. Then she left the game. Return pulled out her friends' list and prepared to invite the gods she knew. However, these gods all refused. After all, the Abyss dungeon wasn't something that ordinary people could clear. If they failed, their level would drop. At the level of gods, if they wanted to level back up after dropping a level, they might not be able to level back up even if they cleared 10 dungeons. Thus, they all declined Return, saying that they were clearing another dungeon and couldn't come. Some people said that they were leveling up and couldn't come. In short, there were all kinds of reasons that made Return's face turn black. These bastards. Anyway, she couldn't find anyone. Return was so angry that she was about to cry. She was embarrassed and angry. Yan Xingzhou said, "It's not easy to find teammates in this dungeon. Otherwise, he wouldn't have pulled me along and refused to let me go. If the team didn't have enough people, they couldn't clear the dungeon." In addition, Song Shan Yujing was killed and forced to leave the game. Return didn't say anything. She had a faint premonition that this live broadcast might fail and couldn't be completed. What was the use of a failed live broadcast? If there aren't enough people, then we won't do it. Return said. She felt uncomfortable clearing the dungeon with Tao Jing. Especially when she saw Yan Xingzhou protecting Tao Jing, she felt even more uncomfortable. Chapter 2620. How could she clear dungeons in this state? She wasn't in the mood at all. Why couldn't beautiful love befall her? She had become so good, so outstanding. Why did Yan Xingzhou still not have her in his eyes? She knew clearly that Yan Xingzhou didn't like her. He treated her normally. There was no ambiguity. This made her angry, very angry. Since you don't want to, then forget it. Yan Xingzhou frowned and exited the game first. Then Yan Xingzhou's figure disappeared. There was really no way to clear the dungeon now. Was dead, Yan Xingzhou ran away. The two main damage dealers of the team had gone offline. This live broadcast was a total loss. She was just complaining, but she didn't expect the other party to leave just like that. If he went offline, it would take at least 3 hours before he could come back online. By then, it would be too late to clear the dungeon. Yan Xingzhou's calmness and heartlessness made her heart cold. She just complained a little and Yan Xingzhou went offline. And it was during a live broadcast. So many people were watching. He didn't give her any face. He didn't give her any tolerance. How could people believe that she and Yan Xingzhou were a couple? At this moment, they didn't know what to say. Yan Xingzhou had suddenly left the team, leaving behind an awkward return. This made the audience feel a strange sense of awkwardness. Ning Shu. Yan Xingzhou's temper was quite big. Seeing this scene, Ning Shu could almost imagine the scene when she returned with Yan Xingzhou. Most of the time, Return was tolerating and retreating. Return became outstanding and beautiful, but in the face of love, she was still humble. What was she after? Ning Shu spread his hands. Then I'm leaving. Return called out to Ning Shu. Ning Shu looked back at her. What? I think you're really shameless. Don't you think it's embarrassing to follow Yan Xingzhou around? Return didn't know if she was talking about herself or Yan Xingzhou. She felt that her dignity had been crushed into mud by Yan Xingzhou. Ning Shu was confused. You guys call me over every time. What's there to be embarrassed about? Yan Xingzhou doesn't like you. Don't you have any self-respect? Ning Shu, who are you to talk to me? I just think that Yan Xingzhou is handsome and want to get close to him. Are you a couple? If you are, I'll run away immediately. Gei Lai wanted to say yes, but he didn't have the confidence. He was afraid that if he said yes, Yan Xingzhou would climb out in the next second and deny it. She had no doubt that such a thing would happen. She could quit the game in front of such a live broadcast audience, leaving her in such an awkward situation. She was completely capable of doing such a thing. Ning Shu snorted and left the abyss, going off to grind on his own. He was a little disappointed that Song Mountain has a well-named Kong can't go online. If he went online, he could catch him and kill him. Doing a live broadcast would definitely make a lot of money. Earn money to buy delicious food. Returning was so irritated by the other party's mocking laughter that his blood rushed to his head. Tao Jing was a useless girl. What right did she have to laugh at her? What right did she have to laugh at her? This matter was clearly caused by Tao Jing first. If Tao Jing hadn't killed Song Mountain has a well-named Kong, the following events wouldn't have happened. Why did it seem like it was her fault now? Why didn't Yan Xingzhou blame Tao Jing for killing Song Mountain has a well-named Kong? Instead, he said that he protected her during the battle. He said one sentence, and Yan Xingzhou went offline in a fit of anger. Gei Lai really wanted to cry. They couldn't clear the dungeon anymore. The faces of several teammates didn't look good. They hadn't even cleared the dungeon yet and had already been demoted. They didn't get anything. Dungeons couldn't be cleared just because you wanted to. There was a price to pay for failure. One by one, they left with ugly expressions, leaving Gei Lai standing alone in the abyss. The live broadcast of the game was still going on. The broadcast couldn't be turned off during the set time. What a scam! The live broadcast audience also stared blankly at Gei Lai. They wanted to send a comment, but they didn't know what to send. It was really awkward. Gei Lai reacted and hurriedly quit the game, forcibly cutting off the broadcast. The broadcast ended awkwardly like a failure. Not even a single monster had spawned. It could be called the most embarrassing and shortest dungeon broadcast in history. Ning Shu saw that Gei Lai's profile picture was dark, indicating that she had left the game. Gei Lai would definitely explode after leaving the game. Gei Lai was really tired of living. She had to maintain her image and didn't dare to curse or cry when she was upset. It was very painful to be split. Third brother sent a message to Ning Shu. You messed up Gei Lai's broadcast. Be careful not to be hunted down by her fans. Ning Shu, your reminder is too late. People had already gathered around. There were all kinds of IDs above their heads. Some were high level, some were low level. Third brother, where are you? I'll rush over. This damn fatty was always causing trouble. Ning Shu, no need to come over. I can handle it. I'll start the broadcast. Start the broadcast to torture people. Third brother. Do you think you haven't embarrassed yourself enough and want to make fun of yourself? Ning Shu, squat in front of the broadcast and watch how your sister shows off her power. Third brother. Whose sister are you? Ning Shu took out her sword and equipped herself with all the equipment she could. With so many people surrounding her, they couldn't blame her for being a bully. In an instant, Ning Shu became a golden person. She was covered in equipment from head to toe. clothes, shoes, hairpins, perfume pouches, earrings, and a sword. She wished she could equip herself to the ends of her hair. Everyone, that although they were bullying her with numbers at this moment, they inexplicably felt that the other party was really easy to bully. Ning Shu held her sword. It split into dozens of swords and stabbed at these people. She didn't even have an opening speech. Some of the weaker people didn't remember and were killed by the dense swords. The higher level ones were still stubbornly resisting. Ning Shu held a blood tonic and drank it as she killed the enemies. She started the broadcast as a warm-up exercise for killing the gods. "You're shameless." A player couldn't help but shout at Ning Shu. They weren't fighting with people, they were fighting with equipment. Ning Shu looked aggrieved and shocked. "There are so many of you surrounding me and you're calling me shameless. Don't you feel ashamed?" Damn it, wasn't it just because she had a lot of equipment? Who wouldn't buy equipment? In order to avoid dying and losing levels, some people saw that they couldn't win and ran away. Ning Shu split her sword and stabbed at the backs of several people. If she didn't let them feel the heartache of losing levels, they would come looking for trouble next time. She would rather go to the Tsang mountain called Empty Fight than fight with these returning fans. It wasn't challenging at all. Pooh pew. Several people were stabbed into the ground. Their health bars were empty and they died. Chapter 26-21. A system notification popped up. "I'm easy to raise wanted criminals in love and kill them. The kindergarten gang leader was easily taken care of by me." Ning Shu carried his sword and went to do quests to level up. First, he would raise his level to God level. Brother San, who was watching the live stream, was speechless. His sister had suddenly turned into Fat King Kong's sister? As expected, he was stimulated by his return. He had never seen him so serious before. Did she like Yen Xingzhou that much? What was so good about it? Yen Xingzhou was especially uninteresting. Ning Shu continued to do quests until it was time to log off. Then he ate some food, drank some water, and went for a run. He had to try his best to lose all of the meat. He always felt that the meat was a little disobedient. Ning Shu touched his chest and felt that his chest size seemed to have shrunk. She had to reduce the flesh here. She couldn't have both slim and big breasts at the same time. There was no other way. That was the only way. The next day, as soon as Ning Shu came online, he saw the avatar of Tsang Mountain's Ur Kong lit up. He immediately sent a message to invite him over. She prepared the blood tonic. She wasn't even level 40 yet, so she definitely wouldn't be able to kill Almighty who was over level 100. Especially when the opponent was also a rich pervert with awesome equipment. "Are you going to apologize to me? If you apologize to me properly, I'll forgive you for killing me and causing my level to drop." "You're not going to do that. Apologize to me properly and I'll forgive you for killing me and causing my level to drop." Ning Shu sighed and approached him. She stood on her tiptoes and patted his shoulder. "Actually, you should apologize to me. After all, you're the one with a black heart." Just as Tsang Mountain's Jing Wei Wei was about to speak, he suddenly felt a sharp pain in his abdomen. A dagger had pierced his abdomen. The pain made him sweat profusely. It was too fucking painful. Tsang Shan Yojing's eyebrows shot up, and a beam of light hit Ning Shu's body. Ning Shu's health bar was emptied, and he was forced out of the game. What the fuck? Is this guy crazy? Besides, there were plenty of people who were defaming her. Why did she have to target him? He had a temper too, okay? It's too painful. I'd better quit the game. The game was too realistic and the pain was too real. The next time he saw that damn fatty, he would definitely kill her. Ning Shu was also in pain. He opened his eyes and grimaced in pain. Sure enough, it was still too much of a stretch. Wait until I level up, then my equipment and whatnot will be able to deal the most damage. All the damage was inflicted on his body. It was really painful and suffocating. It hurts so much that I don't want to lose weight anymore. Forget it, I'll just lie down for a while. This kind of game was either addictive or frightening. Even if the pain was only 50%, it was still very painful. However, after stabbing he immediately felt much better. Even if he was the game's investor, he still couldn't get rid of this pain. Every time you come, I'll stab you. It's so painful. This feeling is too real. Afterwards, Ning Shu leveled up every day. However, he was also killed by Tsang Mountain's Has Jing is empty a few times. She was instantly killed in one move, causing her to be unable to level up. Ning Shu, fuck you. It wasn't easy for her to level up, and then this bastard came over and insta-killed her, causing her level to drop again. Tsang Mountain's Has Jing is empty also started streaming. Every time he streamed, he would insta-kill Ning Shu. His popularity was unexpectedly explosive. Then, he would start an inexplicable chaotic battle. Then all kinds of torturing livestreams would spring up. What's the point of grinding dungeons? What's the point of torturing people? If you have any grudges, you can get together and do a livestream. Come and fight. On the contrary, very few people watched the live streams of grinding dungeons. They were all fighting with people. What's the point of fighting with a boss? At most, they would drop some equipment. But it was different with humans. The pain was real. It felt as if every punch had landed on the flesh. Return. The world was changing too fast. He couldn't keep up. After being tormented a few times, Ning Shu was sneaky. Even when he went online, he would be invisible. No one would be able to find his information and location. Wait until I level up, I'll teach you a lesson. Tsang Mountain's Has Jing is empty kept texting her. Damn fatty, if you don't come over, Yan Xingzhou will be snatched away by return. Ning Shu ignored him. You want to tempt me to go over? I'll never go over. In your dreams. I'll endure the humiliation first. Sooner or later, I'll kill you and chase you all over the world. Yan Xingzhou said angrily, Are you bored? If you have nothing to do, let's grind dungeons. No, I can't take this lying down. Damn fatty is too despicable. Tsang Mountain's Has Jing is empty said angrily. She had never fallen into such a big pit when playing games. Yan Xingzhou looked at her from the corner of his eyes. If you don't tease her, she'll explode. That fatty is taking revenge. She found out that I was secretly torturing her before. Yan Xingzhou frowned. She found out? That's not possible. She was silly and stupid. She always grinned. It was unlikely that she found out. Moreover, Tsang Mountain's Has Jing is empty had been torturing her in the beginning. After that, he stopped torturing her. However, it had become a trend. I also think that she doesn't look like a smart person. Someone probably told her that her brother isn't in the game. I'm guessing that he was the one who told her. Tsang Mountain's Has Jing is empty touched his chin. Why don't we go and kill her brother? The game party hasn't been settled yet. Let's do it together. Thus, Tsang Mountain's Has Jing is empty sharpening swords to third brother. Yan Xingzhou pulled him back. Don't go. Look at what you've done to the game. The most popular thing now wasn't dungeons, but real-life PK. The game company even opened a gambling house and set up the odds for PK. Many people participated in it. Moreover, the game's equipment was selling very well. This was because when you were calculating the odds, your equipment would be included in the calculation. In order to beat your opponent, you had to put in all your effort to equip yourself with equipment. Moreover, it was very painful to be hit. You would need armor and soft armor to resist the damage. In short, the game company was making a lot of money. Tsang Mountain's Has Jing is empty said, if you want to talk about this trend, it's definitely not me. It's that damn fatty. That guy can always lead the trend. It was that damn fatty who first live-streamed killing people. Yan Xingzhou had really wronged him. Yan Xingzhou pulled him back. You're not allowed to go. Tsang Mountain's Has Jing is empty said, fuck, when I killed that fatty, you didn't stop me. When I went to kill her brother, you actually stopped me. You must have taken a liking to her brother. As he spoke, he looked at Yan Xingzhou with suspicion and shock. Yan Xingzhou, go and kill him. If you can't kill him, I'll kill you. Yan Xingzhou kicked him. When Tsang Mountain's Has Jing is empty came to the door, Ning Shu was with third brother. You're all here. Saves me the trouble of looking for you one by one. Ning Shu, you're smiling like a Zambian villain. Ning Shu went offline after saying that. I'm not going to fight you. I don't want to lose levels. Ning Shu could run, but third brother couldn't. There were new grudges and old grudges. Anyway, these two people were going to fight. Chapter 26-22. When Song Shan has a well-named Kong came looking for trouble, Ning Shu didn't even think about it. He shamelessly quit the game. If he couldn't beat him, then he wouldn't fight him. He would wait until his sister leveled up and then save some money to buy some equipment. He didn't believe that he wouldn't be able to beat him. Ning Shu didn't log off for long before Brother 3 was also forced to log off. He kicked open Ning Shu's door and stretched out his hand. "Give me money." Ning Shu immediately looked at him with vigilance. "Why are you asking me for money? I was killed by him." "Fuck, I'm bleeding because of you," Brother 3 said angrily. He shook his hand. "Give me some of your pocket money. I'm going to buy some equipment and go back." It seemed that Brother 3 didn't last long before he was killed. Song Mountain had a well-named Kong. This strength really couldn't be underestimated. Ning Shu tightly held onto the money and shook his head. "I don't have money. You just have some money and you want to show off and tip beautiful girls. You deserve it." "Brother 3, please, if I don't tip beautiful girls, should I tip you?" "Then you deserve it. You just have some money and you want to show off. You deserve it," Ning Shu said directly. He didn't plan on giving Brother 3 any money. If he gave it to Brother 3, then he wouldn't get it back. "Third brother, do you have a conscience? Who did this to me? Why did you kill asshole for no reason? He's a famous nouveau riche. His equipment is so dazzling. If I didn't have some equipment, I wouldn't have been able to beat him. So, you have to take responsibility." "Ning Shu, I don't have money. My money is used to buy equipment." Third brother looked at Ning Shu suspiciously. "Then you should go with Mom. The money that Mom uses to buy clothes is enough for us to buy equipment. I don't want to be hunted all the time and affect my ability to earn money. I haven't tipped beautiful girls recently. Now you don't even give me a kiss." "I'll give you a kiss. Can you give me the money?" Brother 3 really didn't have any self-control. This was the seduction of beauty. "I just like to see those beauties fawn over me. It's just money." "Ning Shu, then don't ask me for money now. You're so awesome, you can ask Mom for it yourself." Third brother brushed his hair. If he really went to ask for money, the consequences were predictable. He would definitely be beaten up by the old woman. She even interrogated him about what he needed the money for. Then, she started to blabber about how he had nothing to do all day, how he didn't work, and how he played games every day. She nagged him so much that he wished he was deaf. But that damn fatty was different. Every time he went to her with his big round face, he would act like a spoiled child. It was so disgusting. In the end, Lin Fan's mother would fall for it and say that her daughter was really cute, blah blah blah. "Then you're not allowed to reward the streamer in the future." Ning Shu's heart twitched when he saw the money. It was good to buy food for your sister. Ning Shu entered his parents' bedroom and saw Mother Tao tidying up her wardrobe. The bed was filled with clothes of all kinds. They were all branded goods. Ning Shu pinched his throat and sweetly asked Mother Tao for pocket money. Mother Tao really gave her daughter anything she wanted. She immediately took out a stack of cash from her wallet. Ning Shu looked at the money in his hand. It was really heavy. It was only because the person who entrusted it was wholeheartedly focused on eating. She was so spoiled. How spoiled had she become? Ning Shu returned to his room. Third brother saw the money in Ning Shu's hand and his face was full of resentment. "You're the only biological one. Reincarnation is a skill. Why don't you change your personality?" The rarer something was, the more precious it was. He already had 3 sons, so of course he didn't care. He only had 1 daughter. If he didn't dote on her, was he supposed to dote on his 3 sons? Ning Shu gave him half of the money and threatened, "If you reward those streamers again, I'll tell Mom. Even if you want to reward someone, you should reward me." Third brother, what fun was there in life if you couldn't act cool? How could there be any pleasure in being pretentious when he tipped the damn fatty? Third brother, how old are you? You keep mentioning Mom. Third brother took a shower, ate some food and went to sleep. He had to go online again in 3 hours. Ning Shu went upstairs for a jog. He was sweating profusely. When the time was up, he went online to level up. He logged in incognito and blocked his own information. He was afraid of dying. Being killed once would cause him to drop a level. Leveling up was painful. Dropping a level was like taking an elevator. With a swoosh, he fell into the water. The moment he went online, the system notified him that Song Mountain has a well-named Kong wants to invite him to join the team. Ning Shu. Was this idiot stupid? He always used this reason. It couldn't tempt him anymore. Even if the other party said that Yan Xingzhou was going to be snatched away by return, Ning Shu didn't even blink. Even if the two of them were together again, Ning Shu wouldn't budge. My willpower is great. Song Mountain has a well-named Kong privately messaged Ning Shu. Sigh, revenge breeds revenge. When will it ever end? Come over, I'll compensate you some money. I just thought that you were fun. Yan Xingzhou said that I shouldn't do it. He said that you were a little girl who didn't do anything, so I didn't do it. Ning Shu, I'll be damned if I believe you. Are you addicted to killing me? Song Mountain has a well-named Kong might be telling the truth, but Ning Shu wasn't going to let it go. You've killed me so many times. I'll let it go if you give me some compensation. I'll kill you until you start doubting life. Song Mountain has a well-named Kong kept sending messages, but Ning Shu didn't reply. If he did, he would know that she was online. Her invisibility would be useless. Seeing that Ning Shu didn't reply, he probably thought that she wasn't online. Hence, he stopped sending messages. Ning Shu started clearing dungeons and doing quests. He didn't livestream. If he livestreamed, would find him immediately. Besides, Ning Shu felt that live-streaming clearing dungeons and killing monsters wasn't interesting at all. When she leveled up, she could live-stream killing. That would be exciting. However, the prerequisite was her level. If her level was too low, she wouldn't be able to use her equipment. The opponent was over level 100, and she was over level 40. She didn't know when she could level up. When she was resting, Ning Shu would check Return's livestream. Ever since she failed to clear the Abyss dungeon, she hadn't done any live streams. In any case, ever since Ning Shu came to this world, the quality of her live streams was very worrying. If it wasn't this kind of situation, it would be that kind of situation. There were even instances where she died prematurely. Return was probably blaming all these things on her. On the forums, Return's fans all posted, telling me to get out of the game. Hashtag I'm good, get out of the game, hashtag I'm good, scum of the game, get out of the game, hashtag the post was very popular. There was even a small flame indicating that the post was very popular. It listed Ning Shu's pitfalls one by one, describing Ning Shu as a 10,000-year pit. Chapter 26-23. Who would want to team up with someone like, I'm easy to feed? That person must have destroyed the world in their previous life to be so unlucky in this life. There were also people who said that Ning Shu was jealous of the close relationship between Yan Xingzhou and Gui Lai, so Gu Yi caused trouble. Ning Shu rubbed his chin. You're only half right. Causing trouble on purpose did exist. She actually wanted to show off in Gui Lai's live broadcast, but was too arrogant at the time, so she impulsively killed him. In the end, Yan Xingzhou even went offline. This was completely out of Ning Shu's expectations. She couldn't possibly blame Yan Xingzhou going offline on her, right? How could she be reasonable? My 100 players was killed by Song Mountain has a well-named void. Ning Shu. Ning Shu bowed deeply to her third brother. He was killed by Song Mountain has a well-named void again. Didn't she give him money to buy equipment? How could he still be killed? Her third brother's level was a little weak. He was only level 80. Against a level 100 player with the same level of equipment, level was also an indicator of weight. Clearly, her third brother couldn't compete with in terms of level. If they competed with equipment, was the game's investor and had a lot of money. Brother, it's better to level with your sister. Only by leveling up would the future be open. If he continued to be killed like this, his level would drop very quickly. Her third brother was probably scolding her in his heart again. Song Mountain has a well-named void was also cunning. Earlier, he sent her a message saying that revenge breeds revenge. When will it ever end? Now, he killed her brother. Was this his attitude of wanting to reconcile? Just wait. In any case, Ning Shu had already said countless times in his heart, just wait. Ning Shu sneakily leveled up by herself. After half a month, she had only reached level 50. Although clearing large dungeons gave a lot of EXP, she needed a team member. Without enough teammates, how could she clear dungeons? None of the clients were good players in the game. Especially in the game where everyone took pleasure in slandering her. No one wanted to be friends with her. It was as if they felt ashamed to be near her. She would also be despised. No one had the courage to be mocked by so many people. He might as well join the mocking army. Ning Shu could only do the quest first. When it was time to log off, Ning Shu went to look for Third Brother. Third Brother didn't even want to look at Ning Shu. Ning Shu patted his head and comforted him. You were just killed once. I'll help you kill your way back in the future. Brother 3 turned his head away, not letting Ning Shu's chubby hand touch him. So what if you were killed? Then why did you go invisible when you went online? If you're so capable, don't go invisible. Wasn't he just afraid of being killed? Third Brother, I refuse. You're a scammer. Cherish your life and stay away from pitfalls. She had even messed up the live stream that her return depended on for survival. What else could she not mess up? Didn't you drop levels too? Grind dungeons and level up. It's killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Why can't you think? Ning Shu looked at him with disdain. Don't you want to take revenge? Compared to being killed by, I'm more afraid of being tricked by you. Ning Shu, that she was selective when it came to tricking people, okay? You're my biological brother. Why would I trick you? Since I'm your biological brother, can you not look for me? Ning Shu was furious. Mom, brother is in the game. Third Brother covered Ning Shu's mouth. What are you doing? No one is going to grind dungeons with me. I don't have any teammates. I can only look for you. Otherwise, I'll complain to Mom. Mother Tao came out of the kitchen and looked at the siblings. What's the matter? Nothing, Third Brother said with a smile. You're so sloppy. Look at you. You stay at home every day and don't work. You're a man and you're about to get married. Don't you feel embarrassed? Are you embarrassed? Third Brother. That after logging into the game, Third Brother brought his brothers over with a dark expression. Grind dungeons? They had already done these kinds of low-level dungeons a long time ago. Now, they were being dragged to grind these kinds of dungeons. It was meaningless. Ning Shu thought that it would be fine as long as there were enough people. These people stood by the side and she could grind by herself. Then, Third Brother and his brothers watched as Ning Shu grinded. They were so bored that they counted their fingers. After grinding several dungeons in a row, Ning Shu finally reached level 55. Third Brother's expression became slightly better. He felt that his younger sister's skills were not bad. They could also clear these low-level dungeons by themselves. However, she was a girl. For her to be able to grind by herself meant that her skills were quite good. When it came to middle-level dungeons, she might not be able to clear them by herself. In a few days, Ning Shu cleared all the low-level dungeons. Her experience points also slowly increased. Of course, Song Mountain has a well-named Kong seemed to be competing with her. When he had nothing to do, he would send her messages to tempt her. Of course, he used his good brothers. He also said that he wanted to give Ning Shu Yan Xingzhou's nude photos. When he saw this message, Ning Shu almost couldn't help but reply. Why would there be nude photos of Yan Xingzhou? These two couldn't be so close that they slept together, right? Also, why would she want Yan Xingzhou's nude photos? With Yan Xingzhou's personality, he wouldn't be so perverted as to take nude photos. So, he was lying. Ning Shu endured it. Sooner or later, he would smack him in the face with a brick. Ning Shu began to grind middle-level dungeons. Third Brother and Ning Shu cleared middle-level dungeons together. The other members stood by the side. After about a month, Ning Shu and Third Brother cleared middle-level dungeons. Ning Shu reached level 60 while Third Brother reached level 90. In any case, for the sake of leveling up, they chose to grind dungeons that gave high experience points. He really felt very tired. Ning Shu ate an extra pack of meal replacement noodles every meal. He felt that he had gained weight again. How despairing. If it wasn't for this lousy game, Ning Shu really wanted to eat. Braised pork knuckles, braised beef, whatever tasted good, he didn't have any scruples. Killing Gray Mountain had the raging flame ambition of the well-named Kong supporting Ning Shu. Ning Shu and third brother cleared dungeons every day. Their tacit understanding had been cultivated. When they cleared dungeons, the time spent was even shorter. The time they saved was enough to clear another dungeon. Gray Mountain has a well, little fat girl, reply when you see this. Don't tell me you don't want to play anymore? Did you quit? Gray Mountain has a well kept sending Ning Shu messages, but he didn't reply. His information was hidden, and his avatar was always gray. Gray Mountain has a well said to Yan Xingzhou, did that girl get hurt so badly that she doesn't even appear in the game? Yan Xingzhou frowned. Who told you to tease people for no reason? Gray Mountain has a well raised his hands and said, who knew she would be so weak? She was probably afraid of being killed by me. It hurt too much and she couldn't bear it. The pain was real, so the little fat girl was probably scared. A game world without the little fat girl was boring. Chapter 26-24. Didn't her brother create a team called Tide Listening Pavilion? Tide listening, isn't that like having water in your head? This is the first time I've heard someone say something so elegant. Her brother hasn't been online for a long time. Is he afraid of being killed by me, so he's invisible? In the beginning, this game set up this to protect the privacy of the players. If I knew this would happen, I wouldn't have set it up. I can't even find him. Song Mountain has a well-named emptiness kept nagging. Yan Xingzhou was particularly annoyed by his nagging. Can you shut up? It's too boring. Let's do the Abyss dungeon. Song Mountain has a well-named emptiness said. This dungeon was too difficult, but the rewards were great. I don't want to go. Yan Xingzhou said directly. But Song Mountain has a well-named emptiness asked. Call Return, let's do the dungeon together. Don't you know Return's feelings for you? Don't you like her? Yan Xingzhou, I say, can you not be so annoying and long-winded? I'm just concerned about your feelings. Return obviously likes you, and there's also a chubby girl who covets your beauty. Which one do you like? I'm guessing you'll choose Return. Yan Xingzhou, I choose Easy to Raise. But why? Song Mountain has a well-named emptiness looked at his brother in horror. Are you crazy? You don't want Return's beautiful goddess, but you want a chubby girl. I heard she's a guy who eats all day. Return's shoulders are slumped. She's being pressed down by something. She's tired, but I'm even more tired looking at her. People's auras would affect each other. Yan Xingzhou obviously didn't like Return's aura. Auras were things that couldn't be explained clearly, but he could feel it personally. If he had to choose between the two, he'd rather choose Easy to Raise. Song Mountain has a well-named emptiness touched his chin and looked at his brother. You must have never seen such a beautiful chubby girl, so you must be shocked. Song Mountain has a well-named emptiness sent a photo of Yan Xingzhou to Ning Shu. Ning Shu went to the dungeon and opened the message bar. He saw Yan Xingzhou's photo, but it wasn't a nude photo. If you have the ability, send a nude photo. What was the point of sending a photo? He wanted her to reply? Dream on. It wasn't easy for him to level up. If he replied and locked onto her position, then all his efforts would have been for nothing. Now that Brother 3 was a level 100 god, Ning Shu urged, Brother, go and teach that bastard a lesson. What do you mean by? You're a girl. His name is Tsang Shan Yujing and his name is Kong, not. Ning Shu was speechless. Who was he trying to embarrass by giving himself an AV-style name? However, third brother was really eager to give it a try. He spent some money to buy equipment with relatively high destructive power and went to Song Mountain to look for a well called Kong. Ning Shu, bro, good luck. Song Mountain's Jing Wei Kong received the challenge and raised his eyebrows. Yo, the chubby chick's brother is here. Do you want to go take a look? Maybe the chubby chick is here too. Yan Xingzhou, sure. Song Mountain's Jing Wei Kong frowned. His expression was a little serious. Are you really going to see the chubby chick? People like us will have to meet a lot of people in the future. The chubby chick's looks are too good to be taken out. Yan Xingzhou, did I say that I must marry her? Besides, getting a wife is my own business. Do I have to show my wife to others? Song Mountain's Jing Wei Kong chuckled. Even if you want to be with the chubby chick, she might not even care about you. She said that I was slandering her. I said that you were the one behind my back. She's probably so sad that she burst into tears and logged out of the game. She doesn't even dare to come online. Yan Xingzhou, do you feel uncomfortable if you don't court death for a day? Song Mountain's Jing Wei Kong smiled. That chubby chick is drooling over your beauty. Don't worry, after being sad for a while, she'll definitely drool over someone else's beauty. Yan Xingzhou, scram. Furthermore, this is considered as not reporting what you know. She will definitely blame you in her heart. Song Mountain's well is empty, said. Yan Xingzhou glanced at him. What do you mean by not reporting? She didn't ask about these things. Besides, she's more or less a stranger to me. Am I supposed to tell a stranger how my brother slandered you? Every time Lola asked me to bring her back to life, her legs were on her body, so she could choose not to come over. You're a good friend. We're brothers. Yan Xingzhou asked, why did you say that I told you to do that? I'm joking. Yan Xingzhou, you'll be screwed sooner or later. Song Mountain's Jing Ming Kong accepted Third Brother's challenge. Ning Shu waited for Third Brother's triumphant return. I am in vain. There is a well in Song Mountain called Void Absolute Kill. Sigh. Ning Shu covered his face. He had failed again. Third Brother had been demoted again. He didn't believe that someone as powerful as Asshole would have all the equipment on him. Third Brother was already level 100, so why couldn't he beat the level 100 Grey Mountain's well is empty. Ning Shu felt that he had to act coquettishly with Mother Tao. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to beat Asshole who reeked of money. Ning Shu saw that it was about time for the game, so he went offline. When he opened his eyes, he heard Third Brother's angry scolding. Ning Shu locked the door. Naturally, he wouldn't go near him. She was the one who instigated him. Now that Third Brother had failed, he might vent his anger on her. Ning Shu leveled up again and again. Every day, Asshole would send him a message. No matter rain or shine. There is a well in Song Mountain called Void. Now, he was hoping that the chubby girl's profile would light up and reply to him. If she didn't reply, he would continue to send. It was just like playing a game. He was stuck here, so of course, he had to keep challenging. When Ning Shu really replied, he would probably feel bored again. Despicable. Ning Shu ignored his message every time. He couldn't be bothered to reply. When you see me again, I'll have achieved great success. You can just wait for your death. Third Brother followed Ning Shu to dungeon. The main reason was that he had failed the challenge and leveled up again. He had to go back and level up to be higher than Asshole. Returning hadn't done a live broadcast for a long time. Many fans in the game forum asked her to do another live broadcast. Now that there were more and more live broadcasts, if she didn't do one, she would soon be forgotten. Returning was the first to do a live broadcast. She did it the best and the most perfect. After that, there were problems with her 2 live broadcasts. That was all because I Can Feed This Fatty dragged her down. Returning directly said in the post that she was a bit tired and didn't want to do a live broadcast for the time being. When she was free, she would do a live broadcast for everyone. Returning spent most of her time in the game, waiting for Yan Xingzhou and There Is a Well in Song Mountain to send her a message and dungeon together. But during this time, there was no news. Yan Xingzhou also didn't explain why he left his teammates behind last time. Chapter 26-25. He had been waiting for news from Yan Xingzhou ever since he came back, but there was no news from him. What was the meaning of this? Shouldn't he give an explanation or an apology for his actions? Not only was there no news, but there was also no intention to clear the dungeon together. This made her a little panicked. What did he mean? Was he leaving her aside and not teaming up with her? Thinking of this, he didn't even have the chance to get close to Yan Xingzhou. Returning guild leader anxiously inquired about whether the Great God team had cleared the instance dungeon. He wanted to see if the Abyss instance dungeon had been conquered. However, according to the information he found, Yan Xingzhou and Song Mountain has a well is empty hadn't been running dungeons recently. He was clearly online, so why didn't he ask her to clear the dungeon together? When he returned, he didn't receive any news from Yan Xingzhou, so he could only take the initiative to look for Yan Xingzhou. Have you been running dungeons recently? Yan Xingzhou, no. 2 simple words. Fuck your sister, you can't say a single word more. Gui Lai, then what are your plans for now? Yan Xingzhou, I don't know. Well, there was one more word this time. She wanted to hold her forehead. How could she be so noble and elegant? She was obviously with Tao Jing and even peeled shrimp for Tao Jing. Why was it that when it came to her, she found it troublesome to even say a few more words? But she couldn't accept it in her heart. Why could Tao Jing do it but not her? If Sabi could do it, there was no reason why she couldn't. He couldn't accept it. If Yan Xingzhou's attitude towards his return was warm and he treated her well, he wouldn't have been so persistent about his return. The more he couldn't have her, the more persistent he would be. What was possible was the best. She wanted to conquer him and make him treat her as well as he treated Tao Jing. If she didn't clear dungeons, how could she do a live stream? Anyway, live streams were becoming more and more diverse. Everyone could fight each other and do a live stream. Then, there were also live streams of people falling in love and all sorts of other things. On the contrary, there were very few people who watched the live stream of the dungeon. Strange live streams filled the players' eyes. Returning wanted to do a live stream of love, but Yan Xingzhou didn't even care about her. Falling in love with himself? What made her even more panicked was that her income had shrunk significantly. Without any new live streams, there were fewer people who tipped her. Naturally, her income was even lower. This made her feel very insecure. A good man was not hers. Now, even her purse was deflated. She could not live anymore. Worry and apprehension made him very anxious. He was worried that he would return to how he was before his rebirth. Both his love and work failed, which made him pull his hair and drive him crazy. Return, then when are you going to do the Abyss Instance Dungeon? Call me. Yan Xingzhou, okay. Returning home really wanted to tell him not to go offline in a fit of anger like last time, but he couldn't say it. He was worried that Yan Xingzhou would be angry. She wanted to be tougher, but she couldn't do it. She couldn't do it. Moreover, wasn't it good to grind the Abyss Instance Dungeon without Tao Jing as a burden? Now that she had returned, she no longer expected Tao Jing to be a foil. Tao Jing was incomparably stupid. It would have been fine if nothing major had happened, but not to mention a foil, she was now seriously affecting her. Moreover, she was afraid that the two of them would fall in love with each other and she wouldn't be able to get anything in the end. Ning Shu naturally didn't know about Gui Lai's anxious feelings, but even if he knew, he wouldn't take it to heart. This was because leveling up had taken up all her time. Other than losing weight, she was also leveling up. After about 2 months, Ning Shu's figure finally had some curves. His stomach wasn't bulging anymore, and his face was small. His skin wasn't loose either. This made Ning Shu the happiest thing. He was afraid that if he lost weight, his skin would be loose in the end. Then it would be better not to lose weight. At the very least, her skin was firm. Ning Shu, under the care of her third brother, had finally become a level 100 god. He coaxed Mother Tao for some pocket money and spent it all on equipment. These cool equipment were all used to abuse. Compared to this small amount of money, the client in the plot had to go to the hospital because of depression and self-harm. The money spent was nothing. As soon as Ning Shu came online, he appeared directly in the light. He was no longer invisible. Level 100 was shining with golden light. Fuck, it's been a few months. The little fat girl is online. Fuck, how did her account become a god account? Did someone level her up? There were people who played games on behalf of others, mainly to level up. Yan Xingzhou clicked on Ning Shu's profile and saw the information. There were dungeons and quests. I haven't seen her for a few months. I really miss her. Call her over to dungeon together. Song Mountain has a well is empty sent a message to Ning Shu. Ning Shu agreed and went to the Abyss dungeon. At the same time, Return received a message from, saying that he wanted to dungeon and hurried over. But when Return rushed over, he saw a girl. Although her back was thin, Return's heart still thumped. He didn't even need to think to know that it was Tao Jing. Why did he call Tao Jing over? Return was really desperate. What did it mean? Dungeon clearing was such a serious matter. Why did he call Tao Jing over to drag him down? But when he saw the level above Tao Jing's head, he was surprised. Then he thought that someone might have helped her level. Tao Jing was a lazy person. She only knew how to eat all day. How could she work hard to level up? She probably spent money to hire someone to level up. Return despised her. Even if her level went up, she might not be skilled. She was just an empty shell. She just looked good. Song Mountain has a well is empty saw Ning Shu appear and was inexplicably excited. It was probably because he didn't reply to his messages. Now that he appeared, he felt as if his long-cherished wish had come true. Song Mountain has a well is empty. I sent you a photo of Yen Xingzhou. Did you see it? As soon as he said this, Return and Yen Xingzhou stared at him. Return wanted to kill. What did he mean by sending Tao Jing a photo of Yen Xingzhou? He knew that she liked Yen Xingzhou. It was fine if he didn't matchmake her with Yen Xingzhou, but why was he messing around with that damn fatty every day? Ning Shu's face was full of surprise. You mean the nude photos with mosaics? I deleted it. I thought it was a prank. Song Mountain has a well is empty. Yen Xingzhou, someone wants to die. Everyone. Yen Xingzhou's nude photo? Return was very glad that he hadn't started streaming yet. Otherwise, Yen Xingzhou wouldn't know how angry he would be. Song Mountain has a well is empty immediately explained. It's not a nude photo. It's a normal photo with clothes on. Ning Shu shook his head. I didn't see it. I didn't read some of the messages and deleted them directly. But I saw that you sent a nude photo. Looking at the angle, it should have been taken secretly. Yen Xingzhou looked at Song Mountain has a well is empty coldly. Little fat girl, you've become bad now. You wrong me. Song Mountain has a well is empty immediately jumped up. If you lie, you'll be struck by lightning. Ning Shu, I can swear to God. Chapter 26-26. Song Mountain has a well named Kong stared at Ning Shu dumbfoundedly. When did he send her a nude photo of Yen Xingzhou? He was clearly wearing clothes, okay? Lying through his teeth. Song Mountain has a well named Kong felt his brother's cold eyes and suddenly felt a chill all over. Yen Xingzhou expressed that Sora Aoi probably wanted to die, that's why she was looking for trouble. Little fat girl, your conscience doesn't hurt. Ning Shu immediately threw out the screenshot. Look, you said you would send a nude photo, but I didn't expect you to really send one over. Yen Xingzhou clenched the sword in his hand, wanting to stab him to death. Return's face became uglier and uglier. You guys are really enough. Are you going to dungeon or not? He actually gave a nude photo to Tao Jing. Return really wanted to kill Sora Aoi. How could he give such an ambiguous photo to Tao Jing? Sora Aoi wasn't trying to matchmake the two of them, right? Why didn't Song Mountain has a well-named Kong matchmake her and Yen Xingzhou? In any case, they dungeoned together so many times and considered themselves friends and teammates. But every day he harassed Tao Jing, who appeared later. She treated her as a friend in vain. Song Mountain has a well-named Kong immediately raised his hand and said, Okay, I admit defeat. Little fat girl, don't be angry. Good for you, good for me, good for everyone. Let's dungeon. Ning Shu smiled and said, Yeah, revenge breeds revenge. When will it ever end? World peace is really good. It's my first time dungeon after becoming a god. I'm a bit nervous. Let me take a breather. Ning Shu said. Return rolled his eyes and said to Sora Aoi, I don't agree. I'm easy to feed and join the team. She hadn't done a live broadcast for a long time. If Tao Jing was here, this dungeon would most likely be ruined. Return's hatred was written clearly on his face. He just hated her. I definitely don't agree with her joining. Ning Shu spread his hands. Then there's no other way. Leave. Why leave? You don't have any fighting power anyway. You're just here to make up the numbers. Song Mountain has a well-named Kong said to Return, just like before, I'll protect her. Return was angry. Protect my ass. The problem was that this dungeon was really not easy. He had to bring a burden. Song Mountain has a well named Kong. Why did he insist on bringing her along? Was it because he liked Tao Jing? Gui Lai said directly, then asked the other team members if they are willing to bring along such a burden. The other team members looked hesitant. They had tried this dungeon several times already. Either they had never tried it before, or there were other problems. He couldn't stand the torment. Song Mountain has a well is empty directly said, if you don't let the little fat girl join, I will quit. I won't play anymore. Return was so angry that his facial features contorted. Fuck, what the hell do you mean? My name is Song Mountain has a well. My name is Kong, not. Ning Shu rolled her eyes. Don't think that Sora was protecting her. She was obviously drawing hatred. Now, she hated no one but her. Obviously, he wanted to add fuel to the fire in this triangular relationship. Come on, let the fire of gossip burn. Ning Shu was not touched at all. Instead, he spoke up for her. He just stood by the side and watched everyone quarrel. I'm easy to support. Do you want to join the team or not? You tell me. Return looked at Ning Shu with a threatening gaze. I can do a live broadcast. If you're not good enough, with so many viewers, you'll lose face. Return was basically tearing off all pretenses. If he didn't want to lose face, he should quit. In the past, everyone was doing well in the dungeon. Now that Tao Jing came, it was a complete mess. Of course she will stay. Song Mountain has a well is empty took the lead and said, Ning Shu, you're me. I don't need you to say anything about whether I stay or not. Ning Shu looked at Return. Of course I will stay. I'm already awesome. Do you see? Ning Shu pointed to his head. I'm already a great god? Wasn't it shiny? Return just wanted to sneer. So what if he was a great god? He was just helped by others and not operated by himself. What was the use? Yan Xingzhou was a little impatient. He looked at Sora with a particularly unfriendly gaze. Are you going to play or not? Song Mountain has a well is empty almost jumped up. Yes, of course. The group walked towards the depths of the abyss. World News, Rebel Team challenges the Abyss Dungeon. Return glanced at Ning Shu and hesitated whether to start the live broadcast or not. What if she was tricked again? Return really couldn't afford it now. If she was tricked again, she would run out of food. Anyway, Tao Jing was a ticking time bomb. She could blow up the team at any time. Don't be afraid of a god opponent, but be afraid of a pig teammate. Ning Shu saw Return staring at him with a conflicted expression and asked considerately, What's the matter? Return directly turned her head and ignored him. Ning Shu stared at Song Mountain has a well is empty's back. He held his sword and laughed in his heart. Sora felt a little cold. He turned around and saw Ning Shu staring at him. Are you attracted by this young master's handsome back? Ning Shu shook his head. I found that you have a lot of equipment. Being rich is amazing. Sora flicked his hair. What do you mean by not much? You have a lot of money. Ning Shu smiled. You're rich. You're awesome. The deeper they went into the abyss, the darker the surroundings became. It felt like an abyss and it felt very cold. There was a black fog around them. The few of them stood back to back, vigilant of the monsters that were about to appear. Brrr. A rotten, zombie-like skeleton emerged from the ground. A rotten stench assailed their nostrils. The smell was suffocating. This was the good thing about holographic online games. The sense of hearing, smell, and pain was very real. The zombie came over at a very fast speed. It was so fast that it was hard to believe that it was a zombie. Ning Shu held his sword and split it into dozens of swords. He directly stabbed the zombie to death. As soon as the zombie died, its body turned into a small piece of crystal. It should be a forging crystal. These crystals went into Ning Shu's warehouse. There was a small piece of crystal for every zombie killed. It was automatically stored in the player's warehouse. Dozens of swords stabbed dozens of zombies. The money players were really good. However, the others were not bad. They had good equipment. Killing these monsters was as easy as cutting leeks. It was simply amazing. The monsters came in waves, but the Great God team did not put these monsters in their eyes. They killed a lot of them with a big move. It was not a concern at all. What they were afraid of was the Abyss's ultimate boss, the big skeleton. It was an existence that most people could not kill. Song Mountain has a well is empty originally wanted to give her a hand. Seeing her play so well, he was relieved. Io, the little fat girl, was so motivated. Even the operation was much more skillful. The power of love was really great. Song Mountain has a well is empty side in his heart. It could make a fatty who only knew how to eat lose weight and become proficient in the game operation. It could be said that it was very amazing. Chapter 26-27. Wave after wave of zombies were killed and turned into crystals. Although they couldn't touch them, this kind of harvest felt really good. The number of zombies gradually decreased, and the surrounding black fog became thicker. The ground shook, and a huge skeleton ran out from the ground. At first glance, Ning Shu thought he saw the bones of an abyssal prefect. However, the bones of an abyssal prefect were golden, and these bones were white, formed by countless bones. The jaws of these skulls opened and closed, and they let out a sinister laugh. It was big and strong, and it raised its foot to crush them. Everyone hurriedly dodged the foot. With a boom, the foot stepped on the ground, and it was like an earthquake. "Fuck, damn fatty, what are you doing?" Song Mountain's well is empty's voice was shocked and angry. Everyone looked over and saw that Ning Shu was holding two swords and directly piercing through Song Mountain's well is empty's body. The health bar above his head was emptied. "You killed me so many times, do you really think I have a grudge with you?" Ning Shu said with a slight smile. Everyone. "Fuck, we're killing monsters, why are you killing your teammates?" Return wiped her face, she really wanted to die. After much hesitation, she turned on the live stream, but she didn't expect the situation to be like this. What the hell, he killed the boss again. How is this boss going to be killed? The players watching the live stream were also speechless. This, "I'm easy to feed," was simply a trap. You can't kill the boss, but you can kill your teammates. Suddenly, they pitted Return, who was on the live stream. Return was killed by such a teammate. "Damn fatty, you're courting death." Song Mountain's well is empty's face was ferocious. Ning Shu pulled out his sword and stabbed it again. Bye-bye. Song Mountain's well is empty's health bar was completely empty, and he fell down, forced to lower the limit. The boss probably didn't expect this to happen, and he didn't move. He looked a little dazed. Return screamed, "What are you doing? Are you crazy? What grudge do you have with him? Can't you settle it in private? We're in a dungeon now." Ning Shu was very calm. "I might not be able to kill him in private, so I have to sneak attack." But everyone was speechless. "Fuck, can't you be more willful? Now that you've killed one of the main damage dealers, how are we going to fight the boss?" Gui Lai was so angry that he wanted to cry. The players who were watching the live stream were also convinced. How could he be so self-righteous and willful? How could he be so shameless? Yan Xingzhou's expression turned ugly. "What do you mean?" "Nothing much. It's just that I've been killed so many times in the past that I'm not happy about it. So, I decided to kill my way back." "Yan Xingzhou, that I already saw you kill. What I meant was, why did you have to kill your teammate at such a crucial moment?" Ning Shu said, "Don't worry, we can still conquer the instance dungeon. Trust me." His teammates, "Who would believe you?" Returning was trembling all over. He wished he could fight this fatty to the death right now. Deserved it. He had insisted on calling people over. Now he deserved to be killed. Dong dong dong. The boss didn't care about the squabbles in the party and immediately ran towards the players. An overwhelming amount of bones came flying over. It was especially painful when they hit the body. Ning Shu jumped up and opened his wings. These wings were like the wings of an angel. They allowed people to fly in the air. Ning Shu put on all the equipment of the sea, land, and air. Clothes, shoes, headwear, earrings, necklace, bracelet, weapons. They were all top-grade equipment. Blue flames flickered in the skeleton's empty eye sockets. They mainly attacked the flames in the eye sockets. Once the flames were extinguished, the boss was naturally killed. Normal attacks were useless on the skeleton. They didn't even leave a mark. The health bar didn't decrease at all. Seeing that robust health bar made people feel despair. This party tried a few times, but they were all defeated in the end. Ning Shu's flying sword split apart. Numerous swords shot towards the skeleton's eye sockets. But these swords were all blocked. The skeleton only needed to use its arm to block its eyes. None of the attacks could hurt its eyes. Its defense was strong, and its health bar was thick. It was impossible to fight. Ning Shu took out a rope. It was a piece of equipment. Once it was entangled, it couldn't move. The rope wrapped around the big skeleton, but it was like cooked noodles. The boss only needed to struggle slightly and the rope broke. The equipment was scrapped. Ning Shu's heart ached. She had to pay for her equipment. Yan Xingzhou said, "You guys attract its attention. I'll sneak attack." Yan Xingzhou had equipment that made him invisible. Returning Star suppressed his anger and worked with his teammates to attract the boss's attention. He glanced at Tao Jing and found that her movements were very smooth. This style didn't seem like the lazy Tao Jing at all. Dozens of flying swords pierced the skeleton like needles. Although it wasn't fatal, it was very annoying. The skeleton kept waving its hands to catch the swords. With the swords in hand, it naturally didn't have time to defend its weakness. Yan Xingzhou appeared in front of the cave-like eye sockets. There was a barrier around the eye sockets. He took out a big axe and chopped at the barrier. But the boss reacted quickly and took a few steps back to shake Yan Xingzhou off. It failed. The boss attached great importance to its weakness. Once its weakness was attacked, it would choose to protect its weakness, even if it didn't attack the player. This boss was very difficult to defeat. It would even waste time with the player and force the player to go offline. Therefore, this sneak attack was unsuccessful. Everyone was angry. This boss had high health and strong defense. It was also a very cautious boss. It wouldn't go berserk after being attacked. Instead, it would choose to protect its weakness. "You guys keep it busy. I'll sneak attack," Ning Shu said while holding his sword. "Poof." Returning Star sneered without thinking. If it was Tsang Mountain with a well called Kong, it would be possible. But you are impossible. Had a lot of very strong offensive equipment, and it couldn't be bought with money. "Then you go," Ning Shu said coldly. Returning Star wanted to roll her eyes. She had a support function, not a main attack output. Ning Shu flapped her pure white wings and took out 2 pieces of satin with bells tied to them. The red satin was a very resilient material. Yan Xingzhou narrowed his eyes and flew over. He and Ning Shu each held one end of the red satin and wrapped it around the skeleton's neck. Returning Star saw the two holding the red satin. If there was a concentric knot in the center, then the scene was really similar to a wedding. Her heart was really scratching as if it was scratching her lungs. Would these two people still be together? Anyway, Returning Star was tortured by her own imagination. "No, I can't stand it." Returning Star seemed to be a little crazy in her heart. Chapter 26-28. The red silk wrapped around the skeleton's neck. Ning Shu and Yan Xingzhou pulled the red silk back. The bells on both ends of the red silk jingled. The skeleton was dragged back. It stumbled and grabbed the red silk with both hands. With a boom, the huge skeleton fell to the ground. Like a turtle that had flipped its shell, it couldn't get up for a long time. Ning Shu held his sword and rushed down, stabbing at the skeleton's eyes. The skeleton waved its hands and used its arms to block its eyes. Ning Shu flew directly into the skeleton's mouth. "I can still extinguish your fire of life by circling from your mouth to your eye sockets." Yan Xingzhou was speechless. This move was a little weird. He had never seen anyone crawl into the mouth. Yan Xingzhou also crawled into the skeleton's mouth. Then everyone and the livestream viewers saw the boss hit its own mouth with its fingers, hoping to dig out the person inside. Even though they were inside the boss body, the zombies inside attacked in waves. Ning Shu followed the biological characteristics and went to the eyes. These monsters didn't have any resistance at all. Ning Shu and Yan Xingzhou were like harvesting chives. They didn't stop moving towards the eyes. The teammates outside were speechless. What should they do now? Wait for the two of them to come out? Seeing the boss compete with her, She felt an inexplicable heartache. She kept stabbing her own throat. Return was very anxious. Who knew if the two of them would develop feelings for each other? Anyway, as long as the two of them stayed together, Return felt very uncomfortable and scared. She was scared that the two of them would get back together because of the inertia from their previous lives. Return was very tired, but she couldn't stop her imagination from running wild. She couldn't control her fear or the unwillingness in her heart. As a result, she couldn't see Yan Xingzhou and Tao Jing in the same frame. When she saw them, her mind was filled with how well Yan Xingzhou treated Tao Jing in their previous lives. How happy they were. The more she thought about it, the more uncomfortable and scared she felt. Hurry up and come out. Are you guys flirting inside? Ning Shu and Yan Xingzhou went to the eye sockets. There were two huge balls of blue flames. As long as they destroyed these two balls of flames, they could kill the boss. One for you, one for me, Ning Shu said to Yan Xingzhou. Yan Xingzhou nodded and went to the other side to attack the flames. This flame was also a very powerful existence. It would split into very small fireballs to attack people. If one was touched by the flames, their health bar would be emptied very quickly. Dozens of flying swords attacked the ball of light, and countless small fireballs also flew towards Ning Shu. A battle of wits and courage. Seeing that they couldn't just sit there and do nothing, the teammates outside started attacking the boss. It seemed like they had a high chance of passing this time. But her mood wasn't good at all. If she and Yan Xingzhou were together, it would be good, but that person was Tao Jing. Who would have thought that the good-for-nothing Tao Jing would actually secretly practice her skills so well? Previously, he had thought that she wasn't playing games anymore and had been very happy about it. He didn't expect that she was actually training in stealth mode. In her live stream, Tao Jing was in the limelight. Was it her or Tao Jing who was doing the live stream? The players who were watching the live stream started commenting. Fuck, I must be blind. I want to feed that damn fatty. When did he become a great god? Her skills are so good. Is it really her? I don't think it's her. She's so fat and this person is so thin. Although she can't compare to Goddess Returned, she's still a beauty. I refuse to believe that it's the damn fatty. Refuse to believe +1 inch +2. I'd rather believe that the damn fatty gave the gaming pod to someone else. In addition to attacking Ning Shu, there were also many who felt sorry for Goddess Returned. If Goddess Returned and Goddess Returned were together, they would be a perfect pair. This damn fatty is nothing. Shameless, mistress. Poor Goddess Returned. Under their combined efforts, the blue flames in the boss's eye sockets were finally extinguished. As soon as the flames in the two eyes were extinguished, the entire skeleton collapsed, turning into gold coins, various equipment, and pet eggs. Ning Shu picked up the pet eggs again. This time, the pet eggs shouldn't be little chicks. The teammates all chose the equipment they wanted, but let Ning Shu and Yan Xingzhou choose first. Yan Xingzhou chose a jade pendant. This jade pendant could increase defense by 50%. If it was bought with money, it wouldn't be cheap. Returning stood motionless. She didn't join the team to split the loot. She was like an idiot. After choosing, the items left behind weren't very good. Yan Xingzhou said to her, "Go get the equipment." Returning looked at Yan Xingzhou with a sad smile. That bitter and sad expression made Yan Xingzhou's intestines twist. It's just killing a boss. Do you have to be like this? Go get whatever equipment you like. You want to fight, but you don't say anything. Who knows what you like? And then someone else takes the equipment she wants, so she's angry. It's just a game. What's the point of being so tense? Ning Shu touched the pet eggs and suddenly remembered the pet he sold to Yan Xingzhou last time. He asked, "What did your little chicks look like?" They should have grown into old hens. They could kill them and make soup to nourish the body. And it was a chicken bought for 5,000 yuan. A golden chicken. Yan Xingzhou ignored returning. He said to Ning Shu, "It's okay." Okay, what? Why don't you let it out for some fresh air? Ning Shu felt that the hen must be very, very ugly right now. Yan Xingzhou had no choice but to let the little chicks out. Haha. Ning Shu looked at the round and furry chicken. The feathers on its body were thick and long, just like that of a sheep. What kind of mythical beast is this? Hey, Yan Xingzhou. Give me some feathers when the time comes. The team members saw Yan Xingzhou and said to him. Yan Xingzhou nodded. When the time comes, I'll give it to you. Yan Xingzhou pinched the little chicks and pressed them into his armpit. It looks like this. Don't laugh. It'll affect its feathers. If it's in a bad mood, it won't shed feathers. Ning Shu, okay, I won't laugh. The feathers were probably very precious. But with this appearance, Ning Shu didn't regret selling this chicken to Yan Xingzhou at all. Returning looked at the two people who were talking. His body emitted a solid resentment. The screen was covered by the comments. Why is my idol talking to the fatty? My idol is leaving the goddess aside. It must be the fatty who is shamelessly talking to my idol. Goddess returning is watching from the side. It's so lonely and cold. Returning had enough time to watch the live broadcast. He immediately turned it off. This time the live broadcast failed again. Although the boss was defeated, Tao Jing was in the limelight. It was better not to do the live broadcast. Making a wedding dress for someone else, and it was for Tao Jing, who she hated the most. She wanted to vomit. Returning couldn't understand why Tao Jing could be so determined to lose weight while eating all day. Chapter 26-29. She also knew how to sneakily level up and practice. Client-side games tested the player's surgery and reaction ability, but holographic online games used consciousness to operate, unlike client-side games that just needed practice. This kind of operation was very taxing, and after a long time, one would be mentally exhausted. Tao Jing, a guy who was afraid of hardships and fatigue, only knew how to eat, could improve to this extent, let a strong sense of crisis rise in his heart. Did Tao Jing want to use this method to get close to Yan Xingzhou? Ning Shu looked at Gui Lai's deep eyes and clicked his tongue. Why was he staring at her? She played the game for a while and then stopped. What you care about, others may not care. What others care about, you may not understand at all. What you sneered at, may be what others like. Treating Yan Xingzhou as a god doesn't mean that others really care. After clearing an instance, Ning Shu felt very tired and directly went offline to rest. As for the pet egg, directly put it in the warehouse. There will be a day when it hatches. You have to feed her some spirit stones to hatch the pet egg. Yan Xingzhou said. Ning Shu looked at the round egg over and over again. How to feed it? Does the egg have a mouth? Ning Shu ignored Yan Xingzhou, threw the egg directly into the warehouse, and went offline to sleep. Yan Xingzhou, so capricious. Yan Xingzhou also went offline. When he opened his eyes, he saw a person standing next to the game chamber. What? Yan Xingzhou rubbed his eyes and asked tiredly. Song Mountain has a well named Kong. Damn, the instance failed. No, I cleared it. Impossible, without me, how could I clear it? Where's the damn fatty? Is the damn fatty dead? No, don't call me damn fatty all day. Yan Xingzhou looked at him coldly. You secretly took photos of me? No, that damn fatty wronged me. Song Mountain has a well named Kong immediately ran away. Now he couldn't clear his name even if he jumped into the Yellow River. He didn't expect the little fat girl to be such a damn fatty. Ning Shu went offline to sleep, then ran, ate something, and was ready to go online again. As soon as he went online, messages kept ringing, all sent by. Damn fatty, come if you have the ability. Watch me hammer you to death. Come online if you can. If you have the ability to kill people, then go online if you don't. Ning Shu looked at these messages expressionlessly. He started to buy equipment and armed himself to the teeth. From now on, he was going to live stream his killing spree. Ning Shu issued a challenge. World News. I'm easy to feed challenges a well-named Kong in Song Mountain. The odds are 5-1. I quickly placed my bet. Ning Shu quickly placed a bet on himself. If he won, it would be 5 times the amount. For the sake of his own money, he had to make a big upset. Third brother was conflicted. Was it for money or for family? Ning Shu threatened, if you don't support me, I'll tell mom that you're spending money like water in the game and tipping female streamers a lot of money. Fuck, I haven't tipped anyone recently. Those girls are ignoring me. Third brother's hand trembled. In the end, he placed his money on Ning Shu. His heart was stifled. When a well-named Kong in Sung Mountain arrived at the challenge location, he saw Ning Shu and sneered, "Little fat girl, who gave you the courage to challenge me?" After being ambushed twice in a row and dying in the hands of this little fat girl, a well-named Kong in Sung Mountain was very angry. Did he really think that he had a good temper? The pain of being killed every time was enough to make him angry. Ning Shu and Kong stood face to face. Ning Shu said, "I'm going to live stream killing you." Hee, live stream yourself being killed. This young master can torture you in various ways. I'll fulfill your wish. Ning Shu didn't say anything. He started the live stream and took out his sword. Ning Shu armed himself to the teeth. His equipment was comparable to a well-named Kong in Sung Mountain. When the equipment was the same, it depended on the proficiency of the operation. After a series of attacks, Ning Shu killed a well-named Kong in Sung Mountain with great difficulty. A well-named Kong in Sung Mountain fell down with a face of disbelief. Fuck. Fuck. The surrounding people were also dumbfounded. How could this be? It was a big upset. It was really fucking unexpected. My money. Ning Shu was very happy. 5 times he could eat a lot of snacks. The third brother looked at Ning Shu suspiciously. You cheated. Ning Shu flipped his hair. Did you think that this sister's operation was fake? The third brother got 5 times the money. He was thinking about which beautiful streamer to reward. Money fell from the sky, so what if it was spent? However, the players who bet on a well-named Kong in Sung Mountain were all wailing. Fuck, who would have thought that the famous Kong in Sung Mountain would be defeated by this damn fatty? Of course, Ning Shu's live stream also became popular. A lot of people came. Speaking of the little fat girl defeating Kong in Sung Mountain, people's first reaction was, "Are you kidding me? A trash can defeat a great god." Therefore, Ning Shu's live stream became the evidence. A lot of players came. Anyway, it felt like a fantasy. When did this damn fatty become a great god? I'm afraid this isn't a damn fatty. I've never seen such a vigorous damn fatty. Is this the damn fatty's sister? Fuck, I actually found this damn fatty to be quite good-looking. Am I hopeless? I also think he's good-looking. What should I do? Is there a problem with my aesthetics? I need help. Anyway, a well-named Kong in Sung Mountain came online. Ning Shu challenged him. If he didn't accept, he would be laughed at by others. Therefore, a well-named Kong in Sung Mountain had no choice but to accept. Of course, he was also very angry. When he saw Ning Shu, he didn't smile like before. Ning Shu smiled. It was good that he was serious. In the past, he was always laughing and didn't take other people's pain seriously. Ning Shu once again defeated a well-named Kong in Sung Mountain. Kong in Sung Mountain's face suddenly became ugly and was forced to go offline. However, Ning Shu was also occasionally killed by the other party. A well-named Kong in Sung Mountain, "Damn fatty, are you crazy? You challenge me every day?" If he didn't accept the other party's challenge, he would be called a coward. Ning Shu, "If I don't kill you, I swear I'm not human." A well-named Kong in Sung Mountain, "Just because of the meme package, so many people are defaming you. Why do you want to kill me?" Of course there are other reasons. You're deliberately trying to sow discord between me and Grey Lai, Ning Shu said. A well-named Kong in Sung Mountain, "I'm just here to watch the show. Besides, I even put my brothers in danger. Why are you so serious? Why are you so narrow-minded?" Fuck, I'm narrow-minded. After I kill you a few more times, you'll still be narrow-minded. How about I double-click 666 for you? Ning Shu sneered. They started fighting without a word. Of course, a well-named Kong in Sung Mountain was killed. The odds between her and Kong in Sung Mountain became smaller and smaller. The shining golden god above her head became even more dazzling. Chapter 2630. Returning felt that the recent Tao Jing had a stronger presence than the previous Tao Jing. As soon as she went online, she heard that she was going to challenge Sung Mountain as a well-named Kong and even made it a live broadcast. The current Tao Jing was even more popular than before. Previously, she was black and red. Now, Tao Jing was willful. She was strong and seemed to have lost weight. It would be inappropriate to call her a fatty again. Tao Jing was everywhere. There was Tao Jing in the live broadcast. There was Tao Jing in the duel. How could she be so good at messing up the game? Now, there were more players watching her battle with Tsang Mountain has a well-named Kong than there were watching her live broadcast. The previous black and red popularity, coupled with the current popularity, made returning panic. She had a deep feeling that she was abandoned by the times. Her game live broadcast was supported by that small number of fans. Otherwise, she would have fallen to the point where no one cared. But Tao Jing was so pretentious. Was she doing it on purpose? Was she deliberately stealing the limelight from her, attracting Yan Xingzhou's attention and suppressing her? But Returning had to admit that she was a bit of yesterday's flower. Returning couldn't understand. How could a damn fatty with poor skills who ate until she died be so fat? Now that she had lost some weight and practiced some skills, she was doing so well. It was as if other people didn't exercise or practice skills just to maintain their figure. The more dazzling Tao Jing was, the more uncomfortable Returning felt. It was as if she was a little transparent, secretly watching the happy Yan Xingzhou and Tao Jing. This feeling was very uncomfortable, very uncomfortable. Returning was about to die. She thought that it was better not to go online for the time being. But if she didn't go online, she was worried that Yan Xingzhou and Tao Jing would be together. When she went online again, the two of them would be intimately leaning on each other. She couldn't bear it. She might as well go online and pay attention to them every day. Even if nothing happened between Tao Jing and Yan Xingzhou, she felt that something would happen in the future. In short, Returning knew that she was worrying for nothing, but she couldn't control herself. Returning felt that she wasn't good enough for Yan Xingzhou, so Yan Xingzhou still didn't like her. Was she going to eat until she became fat? Then Yan Xingzhou would look at her more. Returning looked at her slim and sexy figure. She really didn't have the courage to eat and drink and become a fatty that even she despised. What if Yan Xingzhou still didn't like her after she became a fatty? There were still many people who liked her in the game. Many people confessed to her, but her heart was completely tied to Yan Xingzhou. She had already planned her life to a dead end. She had no choice but to follow Yan Xingzhou. The scene of him peeling prawns for Tao Jing and gently watching her eat was too much of an impact on her. Yan Xingzhou had already become an obsession in her heart. Ning Shu didn't care about Gui Lai's entanglement at all. She and Yan Xingzhou hadn't done anything yet. If they were really together, Gui Lai would go crazy. There were so many choices, so many good ones, but he just had to walk his own path like this. Only by looking around would one realize how big the world was. In fact, Ning Shu was secretly wondering if he should challenge Return. Anyway, when the time was right, she would leave the game. Since she didn't want to play the game anymore, it was time to challenge it and come back. Kill one and then come back. Since he had already returned, why not kill Yan Xingzhou as well? Since he wasn't playing anymore, even if he killed them, he wouldn't be able to find anyone for revenge. No, there was still Third Brother in the game. But so what? Third Brother was on his own. Ning Shu thought without any brotherly love. Suddenly realizing that there were so many people he wanted to kill, Ning Shu's hands were itching. One by one. He would deal with Tsang Mountain as a well-named Kong first. This bastard seemed to be online less and less. His avatar was always gray and dim. Was he invisible just like she was before? Ning Shu issued a challenge and waited for Tsang Mountain as a well-named Kong to appear. Third Brother placed his money on Ning Shu and asked, "Why do you keep challenging him?" "I'll challenge others after I take care of him." "Third Brother. What I mean is, why are you killing people every day? Girls shouldn't be so violent. Yan Xingzhou won't like you then." Ning Shu chuckled. No matter what Yan Xingzhou thought, he wouldn't play games anymore. Whether they would meet again was another matter. Tsang Mountain has a well-named Kong. Fuck, this damn fatty is really crazy. How many times has it been? Is he addicted to killing me? Does he really think I'm easy to bully? Fuck, he was invisible. Why is this damn fatty so blind? He even issued a challenge? If he appeared now, the players would definitely guess that he was invisible. In order to avoid someone, he actually went invisible. Song Mountain has a well-named Kong had never encountered such an awkward situation in his life. If he didn't appear now, people would think that he was a coward and didn't dare to come online. Song Mountain has a well-named Kong said to Yan Xingzhou, "Damn fatty, are you crazy? Why do I feel like she's trying to get my attention?" Yan Xingzhou, it hurts every time you kill her. Why do you think she's trying to get your attention? The brain is a good thing. Otherwise, I can't think of any other reason. Is it because she hates me or because I tricked her? Song Mountain has a well-named Kong is very distressed. He's like a follower. So annoying. While they were talking, the system message came again. The other party challenged him again. Song Mountain has a well-named Kong's face turned ugly. If you're sick, go to the hospital. Why are you chasing after me like a lunatic? Every battle is broadcasted live. This damn fatty is trying to ride on my fame. Who doesn't know that I'm rich? If I defeat him, it'll be enough for this damn fatty to become famous. Fuck, he's using me as a stepping stone. I'll sprain your leg. After the third challenge, Song Mountain has a well-named Kong finally walked over slowly. He looked at Ning Shu on the stage and said coldly, "Damn fatty, do you think it's interesting? Why don't you try calling me that again? The more you care, the more I want to call you damn fatty, damn fatty." Song Mountain has a well-named Kong stuck out his tongue. Ning Shu flipped his hair. "It's okay, call me whatever you want. I'll make sure you can't call me sister later." "Yo, you're here." He came back to the stage and looked at the two people. Fuck, those who didn't know would think they were flirting. Song Mountain has a well-named Kong is very arrogant. Most people wouldn't pay attention to him. What's the meaning of this? Ning Shu didn't kill him directly this time. Instead, he grinded him bit by bit. The two of them slashed at each other. It was very painful. "I have armor that reduces damage by 50%. Song Mountain has a well-named Kong sneered. "Ning Shu, you say it like I don't have it." Translator, Atlas Studios Editor, Atlas Studios. Chapter 2631. If I spend all my pocket money on equipment, then let's fight to the death. Come on, let's hurt each other and get rid of evil for the people. Her current mission was to fight with Song Mountain has a well-named Sky. She didn't care about getting equipment from dungeons. As long as she could use money to buy equipment. The way these two fought with blunt knives made the onlookers feel pain. How big of a grudge was this? Why did they have to stab him again and again? It hurt so much when they stabbed him. Ning Shu felt that he was getting more and more familiar with his skills. On the other hand, Song Mountain has a well-named Sky had reached a bottleneck. He was familiar with what he needed to be familiar with, but it wasn't easy to break through. Song Mountain has a well-named Sky was secretly shocked. Damn, this damn fatty's skills were making it hard for him to handle. It seemed like he had to exchange for more equipment next time. He was killed by a noob several times. He didn't have any face left. He felt like he was going to become a joke in the server. Everyone's impression of, "I'm easy to feed," was still that damn fatty was a noob. He wanted to change it, but he couldn't. Song Mountain has a well-named Sky didn't even dare to open the game forum. Who knew how shameless the forum's titles were? Shocking, Tycoon God actually lost to damn fatty. Who's the Tycoon God that defeated him? Who's the damn fatty's counterattack? Why does damn fatty keep challenging God? Is it the fall of morality or the distortion of human nature? Who's the God in damn fatty's love and hate? Song Mountain has a well-named Sky felt his whole body go numb just thinking about it. He used to be a god that was worshipped by people, but now he was the main character of the game forum. This was all because of the damn fatty's tireless challenges. The challenges were fine, but the key was that he sometimes died in the hands of the damn fatty. This was very embarrassing. He imagined the scene of him killing the damn fatty in one move and then receiving the cheers of the crowd. The two brushed past each other. He felt a dull pain on his body. It hurts? Song Mountain has a well-named Sky had never suffered this kind of pain before. As the sword and sword clashed, Song Mountain has a well named Sky asked softly, "Damn fatty, what are you trying to do?" Damn it, he had a bad temper if he was provoked. Ning Shu said directly, "I'm challenging you. You've always been a god that I admire. My ultimate goal is to defeat you 100 times. There is a well in Song Mountain called Kong. Ha, admiration. Are you still holding a grudge over the meme pack?" Song Mountain's Jing is Kong asked. Ning Shu shook her head. "How could that be? How could I be such a petty person? I just couldn't eat or sleep, so I became depressed. I went to the hospital to get some medicine. I'm so skinny now because I couldn't eat or sleep. I became so thin because I couldn't eat. I don't care about these things at all. Really, I'm not a narrow-minded person." Song Mountain's well is empty was stunned. "How do you look like you're depressed?" The sword pierced through his heart. Fuck, he was killed again. It was so painful. Ning Shu carried his sword on his shoulder proudly, which made him feel that Tao Jing was just a superficial woman who enjoyed the attention of thousands of people. "TSK?" Ning Shu pursed his lips when he saw that there is a well in Song Mountain called Kong's figure disappear and was forced to go offline. These people definitely wouldn't know what happened to the client. They were just playing a game. Once they went offline, who would care about what happened? These people didn't know that the client was in the hospital, let alone feel guilty. At most, they would look at each other and think that their glass hearts were too fragile. Following this, Ning Shu continuously challenged Ashen Mountain has a well named Empty, causing Ashen Mountain has a well to fall to level 80. However, he started to throw caution to the wind and didn't accept Ning Shu's challenges. In the end, Ning Shu found the place where he was farming dungeons and killed him in a flurry. There is a well in Song Mountain called Kong. Fuck, I'm so angry that I can't even be angry. You said you were depressed, so I let you have your way. Why do you keep killing me? God, I'm so angry. Ning Shu, of course it's because I'm happy to see you dead. My depression was cured without medicine. Fuck, does this look like someone with depression? It's strange that someone with depression can be so happy and shameless. She didn't do anything but stare at him. If it wasn't for the forced offline time, there is a well in Song Mountain called Kong suspected that she would stare at him 24 hours a day. Every time he killed her, it was extremely painful and uncomfortable. There is a well in Song Mountain called Kong wanted to die. He was angry and powerless. Every time he went online, he had to ask Yan Xingzhou if the chubby girl was online. If she was online, he wouldn't dare to go online. Fuck, I'm just playing a game, but I'm being chased every day. Yan Xingzhou, retribution came so quickly. I saw that she trained hard. She's probably coming for you to kill you. There is a well in Song Mountain called Kong immediately, don't say any more. It's making my hair stand. I want to kill that damn fatty in real life. Yan Xingzhou frowned. It's just playing around in the game. Why bring it to real life? Besides, just treat it as a life experience. Fuck, it's not like you're the one being chased or challenged. That's why you're talking about life experience. I've lived for so long, but I've never been humiliated like this. Do you think that damn fatty likes you and won't challenge you? I think that damn fatty will challenge you sooner or later. She said she's depressed. I don't know if it's true or not. What a drama queen. Yan Xingzhou, then you should give in to her. You fucking value love over friendship. What do you mean I should give in to her? Even if I don't, I can't beat her. There is a well in Song Mountain called the Game Company and ask them to send a new game capsule. Open a Smurf account. Yan Xingzhou raised his eyebrows. So cowardly? Cowardly, your sister. You haven't experienced the feeling of being pestered by someone. You can't beat her. My great god account is only around level 80. You can imagine how many times she's challenged me. She's just crazy. There is a well in Song Mountain called Kong opened a Smurf account. This time he named it Fresh Wind. The wind was very different. I walked through the white birch forest. He opened a Smurf account and refreshed it. Yan Xingzhou hit him hard. But your appearance hasn't changed. What if she sees you? No, it's a new Smurf account. Also, I only chose an 80% similarity. She definitely won't expect me to open a Smurf account. Ha, There is a well in Sung Mountain called Kong. No, it's called I walked through the white birch forest now. I'll open a new Smurf account and level up now. I'll torture her. You're not allowed to betray me. Threatening Yen Xingzhou. A young and tender newbie had appeared. Translator, Atlas Studios Editor, Atlas Studios. Chapter 2632. For the past few days, Ning Shu had been challenging Sung Mountain's Yuming Kong, but he had not appeared. According to the rule of face, he could lose anything, but he could not lose anything. Every time he dilly-dallied, he would accept the challenge. However, it seemed that he had not been online for the past few days. Could it be that this bastard was not going to play anymore? Ning Shu saw that Yen Xingzhou's profile was lit up. There was a well in Sung Mountain called Kong. How could he abandon his good friend? What's going on? Ning Shu asked Yen Xingzhou, "Big brother, let me ask you something. Where's your virginity?" Yen Xingzhou, "Something happened at home, so he won't be online for a while." Ning Shu, he didn't believe it. Ning Shu didn't ask Yen Xingzhou anymore and closed the chat window. Ning Shu waited for a few more days, but the well in Sung Mountain still did not appear. "Don't you want to play anymore?" Ning Shu slapped her thigh. This situation really reminded her of the time when she was secretly leveling up. She didn't play anything and was definitely grinding dungeons to level up. He might have even opened a Smurf account. Ning Shu narrowed his eyes and laughed coldly in his heart. "You want to use my method to counterattack me? I'll end you early." When Ning Shu had nothing to do, he would start looking for the from the novice village. Yen Xingzhou said that there's a well in Sung Mountain called Kong wouldn't be online for a while. He probably wouldn't be using his old account, so he might be using a new one. Damn, he's really rich. He's even switching gaming capsules to play. After searching for a few days, he found Do in an intermediate instance dungeon. However, it was no longer called Sung Mountain has a well. It was now called Kong. "Wind, a fresh and refreshing wind, I've caught you. There is a well in Sung Mountain called Kong." His first reaction was that Yen Xingzhou had betrayed him. Otherwise, how could that damn fatty have found him so quickly? He had already given up on his main account. A person's death was like an extinguished lamp. The past should be written off, but this bastard actually chased him to his new account. Sung Mountain has a well named Kong is very angry. "Damn fatty, what do you mean by this? There is a well in Sung Mountain called Kong." Without giving him a chance to speak, Ning Shu instantly killed him. Smurf account was downgraded again. If you have the ability, you can change your number again. Why don't you go for plastic surgery so that you won't be recognized again? Sung Mountain has a well called Emptiness. Now, he realized that there was a bug in the game. Revealing one's appearance in such a serious manner was a bug. It should be even less recognizable. 80% was too high. It should be 10%, 20%, or 30%. What was the point if the similarity was too high? It would be better if it was lower. He quickly asked the game company to fix this bug and develop a new function. If they were good-looking, it would be fine if they had an 80% similarity. But if they were ugly, they wouldn't dare to play the game even if they had an 80% similarity. As expected, only by going deep into the hearts of the people would he be able to understand the player's thoughts. After killing Sung Mountain's empty well, Ning Shu felt comfortable all over. In the future, I'll just wait here for Smurf. I can't just keep killing them. I have to wait for them to level up before I kill them. Only then will I collapse. When I finally level up one day, I won't even be able to find them for revenge. Ning Shu counted with his fingers. He let Sung Mountain has a well called Emptiness roam around for a while before finding someone else to challenge. Now, whose turn is it? Return. The odds are 50 to 50. Return. Are you crazy? You challenged and now you challenge me. Should I reject or accept? Even Sung Mountain has a well called Emptiness lost to her. If I go, the odds are 1-1. She has a high chance of losing. Return didn't want to accept the challenge. If she lost, how could she survive in the game? Moreover, she had the best skills among the female players. If she lost to Tao Jing, wouldn't that mean that her skills weren't even as good as that damn fatty? Return's heart refused, But Return's fans seemed to be enraged. They all cheered for their goddess and cheered her on. Return goddess, beat her until she's looking for her teeth on the ground. Too arrogant. This kind of person who just popped out doesn't know how to respect her elders at all. When Return did the live stream to clear the dungeon, she was still eating snacks. Go, do your best. These fans were so excited that their blood was boiling. It was as if they saw their goddess defeating that damn fatty. But Return was very embarrassed. If she didn't challenge, wouldn't her fans be sad and disappointed? But if she was defeated, wouldn't her high and mighty goddess image be destroyed? What was Tao Jing doing? Making enemies in the game without any scruples. Song Mountain has a well-called emptiness had already been offended by her. Who didn't know that he was friends with Yan Xingzhou? Wasn't she afraid that Yan Xingzhou would be angry if she killed in any case? Return couldn't understand what the other party was thinking. Return was pushed onto the battle stage like a duck being driven onto a perch. Compared to that damn fatty, Return's popularity was more positive. Many people bet on her. This was another kind of support. Third elder brother had bet on Ning Shu again. This was a way for him to earn money quickly. If the two of them really fought, his sister had a higher chance of winning. But these people all bet on Return. When the time came, he would have a large sum of money in his account. It was awesome. Return looked at Ning Shu. Why did you challenge me? I want to challenge the experts in the game. You're an expert, so I naturally have to challenge you, Ning Shu said matter-of-factly. Return was angry. Then why don't you challenge Yan Xingzhou? Let's see if Yan Xingzhou still cares about you. Ning Shu was very straightforward. When clearing dungeons, the small monsters are cleared first. The big monsters are cleared last. Return. Did this mean that she was a small shrimp? How arrogant. Ning Shu took out his sword and said to Return, "Let's start." Return didn't stand on ceremony and took out her equipment. Return also had a lot of equipment. It was very powerful. The two girls fought on the stage. The people below watched with relish. Women were so fierce when they fought. Compared to slapping, pulling hair, and attacking with nails in reality, the girls in the game felt like they were floating in the air. They flew in the air and attacked dazzlingly. It was dazzling. Ning Shu's sword split into dozens of swords and attacked the returning swords. Return's defense was very strong. They were in a stalemate for a while. But holding the sword, he directly stabbed at her chest. Return was tied up by the red silk and couldn't move. Ning Shu stabbed her chest. It was so painful that her face turned pale. Fuck, the goddess was killed. Your sister, damn fatty, is so ruthless. Damn fatty, is he going to rush out of the universe? Even Return lost to him. Third brother, Tycoon, equipment rich, lost to this sister. Return is nothing. Translator, Atlas Studios. Editor, Atlas Studios. Chapter 2633. Returning Glory's skills were very good and she was beautiful. Naturally, she was flattered by many gaming nerds. With such flattery, it was as if Returning Glory was the best, Yan Xingzhou, and the other gods were all better than Return. But she was a girl, so he had to be more lenient with her. No, it was more lenient towards beautiful girls. His sister did not receive any leniency or kindness. Third elder brother received another sum of money. It was great that this money came crashing in. In the future, this girl would be his money-making tool. If you have nothing to do, challenge more people. I will bet on you in the future. When it was time to log off, Ning Shu immediately logged out of the game. He had been fighting with people recently, so he needed a good rest. Soon, he would be able to eat delicious food. He really wanted to have a big meal. It was so sad. If one day he couldn't eat what he wanted to eat, what was the meaning of life? Once he returned to the system space and went to the City of Law, he could eat whatever he wanted without worrying about gaining weight. Sleep, run, and play games. These were the three things he did every day. Song Mountain has a well-named emptiness. He was truly convinced. He had never seen such a persevering person who chased after him without letting go. Song Mountain has a well-named Kong. If you had this perseverance on Yan Xingzhou, you would have chased after him long ago, flaunting your love and spreading dog food. As a girl, it's not good for you to be so violent and bloody. Ning Shu, the pleasure of killing you is nothing compared to showing off your love. You really are sick. Go see a doctor. I just need to kill more of you. My entire body feels comfortable, like I'm floating in the air. There is a well in Sung Mountain called Kong. Fuck, I'll bear with it. When the game company fixes this bug, they'll set a 10% similarity. Then, even ghosts won't be able to recognize him. Don't force him anymore. A corner dog will jump over a wall. Ah, he's not a dog. Return. But hadn't she already lost? Why was he still challenging her? Was he crazy? What kind of sick sense of humor was this? Could it be that he was going to kill them a second time if he wasn't satisfied after killing them once? The returning fans were also furious. How could they insult people like this? Again and again. What was wrong with them? You've already lost, yet you still want me to fight with you? That's pure humiliation. Goddess of Return. Teach her a lesson. The fans urged them to come back. Of course, there were also some more rational fans. Return, don't be fooled. I'm guessing that this guy is trying to kill your level and make you lose a level. It was not easy to level back up after dropping a level. However, despite knowing the other party's intentions, the arrogant foreigner still wanted to smash her face with the sole of his shoe. If Gui Lai fights with her, it's still unknown who will win. This kind of person is so narrow-minded. She's a mistress who interferes in someone else's relationship and still bears a grudge. He scratched his head. Should he accept the challenge or not? Tao Jing was fucking crazy. Ning Shu issued another challenge. Everyone suspected that if they didn't agree, the other party would keep issuing challenges. Are you crazy? Go invisible. Thus, everyone saw that Return's avatar had turned gray. She had already gone offline. Everyone booed. Was he running away before the battle? Even if he couldn't win, couldn't he just continue fighting? Why did he run away? This was a little embarrassing. However, the pain in holographic online games was very real. Not everyone could bear such pain. Some people found it very exciting, but some people felt that it was very painful. They couldn't bear it and didn't play holographic online games. However, holographic online games were very high-end now and attracted a lot of players. It seemed that if you didn't play, you would be outdated and out of date. Thus, there were more and more players in the game now and all kinds of gossip were emerging. In short, the game forum would crash easily because there were too many people browsing. Ning Shu had become a celebrity. Perhaps it was because his style was too unique. He was the only one in the game and no one else was like him. Return's avatar darkened. Ning Shu clicked his tongue. Her goddess title was slowly fading. If she couldn't win, it would hurt and she would lose a level after being defeated. If she ran away, she would be despised by others. Fuck, what should she do? She was in a dilemma. Ning Shu didn't expect her to admit defeat so quickly. At the very least, they would have to fight for a few rounds. Moreover, she might not be able to win every round. Moreover, all kinds of things could happen in the course of a battle. There was no guarantee that she would win, and there was no guarantee that she would lose. She ran away after fighting once. Ning Shu challenged others. Before leaving the world, he had to challenge Yan Xingzhou. Yan Xingzhou was a little stunned. She actually challenged him? Yan Xingzhou accepted the challenge and stood face to face with Ning Shu. Yan Xingzhou asked, "Why are you challenging me?" He always thought that she was easy to defeat because he was venting his anger. Whether it was the challenge or return, it was venting his anger. However, Yan Xingzhou didn't know why she wanted to challenge him. They didn't have any grudges. To be exact, they didn't have any grudges. Ning Shu said, "I want to challenge a very strong god in the game." But Yan Xingzhou asked, "Could it be that you feel bored after the challenge and don't play anymore?" Yo, this guy was pretty smart. He knew that she wouldn't play anymore. Ning Shu smiled. "It's fun to fight with experts. With so many experts, it would be boring if I didn't play. I only challenge the experts." Yan Xingzhou didn't say anything. He took out his weapon, his expression serious. Although Tsang Mountain's empty well was sloppy, his strength couldn't be underestimated. He had been killed by this girl many times and had been forced to use his alternate account. Ning Shu drew out her sword, and the sword reflected a snow-white luster. Ning Shu suddenly felt a little excited. He didn't know what it felt like to kill Yan Xingzhou. Return was very excited to see the live broadcast of Tao Jing and Yan Xingzhou's battle. He didn't know what was wrong with Tao Jing's head. She actually fought with Yan Xingzhou. If she killed Yan Xingzhou or Yan Xingzhou killed her, the chances of the two of them being together would be very small. They would be opposing each other. Even if it was a virtual world, this kind of opposition made Return very excited and happy. He felt that if they fought, they wouldn't have a chance to be together. The duel stage was incomparably dazzling. There were all kinds of explosive sounds. The two figures quickly shuttled back and forth. Ning Shu had already used all of her consciousness, and her spirit was highly concentrated. Yan Xingzhou pursed his lips and looked serious. He didn't dare to be careless. This kind of battle made the surroundings quiet. Everyone was watching the battle on the stage. This operation, this reaction ability. It was really coquettish. The evenly matched battle made both sides feel excited. Even the onlookers felt their whole body tremble and get goosebumps. Translator, Exodus Tales Editor, Exodus Tales. Chapter 2634. Ning Shu found that Yan Xingzhou's fighting style was very stable. He didn't panic or make any mistakes. He fought steadily, defending and attacking. It was a bit difficult for her to kill Yan Xingzhou in a short time, but if she couldn't win for a long time, she would be distracted and her opponent would find her weakness. So, Ning Shu had no choice but to calm down and fight steadily. Not wanting to lose to Yan Xingzhou, Ning Shu had no choice but to fight and find each other's weakness. The two fought for a long time. The audience was a bit speechless. How long were they going to fight? Using big moves to insta-kill the opponent. Return thought that Yan Xingzhou must have gone easy. With Yan Xingzhou's strength, how could he keep fighting with Tao Jing? From the start until now, almost half an hour had passed. What kind of concept was half an hour in a duel? That was a high concentration battle. It would be very tiring. It would be like clearing a dungeon. What was the meaning of this? Were they fighting or flirting? Before Return, he was quite happy that Tao Jing had challenged Yan Xingzhou. After all, no matter who lost, it wouldn't be easy for the two to be together. After all, being killed would be very painful. The physical pain would make people subconsciously hate the person who caused them pain. But after fighting for so long, Yan Xingzhou still couldn't bear to kill Tao Jing? Return wanted to immediately rush to the scene and kill Tao Jing for Yan Xingzhou. But he couldn't. Yan Xingzhou, who was thought to be going easy, actually didn't have it easy. He had to be on guard to attack. The opponent also fought to the death. She didn't show any openings. They were both waiting for the other to show a fatal mistake. They wanted to see who could keep their composure. Yan Xingzhou felt that Song Shan's well was called empty. Dying at the hands of my easy-to-feed wasn't an unjust death. Just this calmness alone could make Song Shan's well angry. Because it would be very irritating. The two went back and forth to test each other and waste time. Yan Xingzhou sighed in his heart. It was time for him to forcefully log off. Before that, he had to deal with the opponent. Otherwise, it would count as his loss. Yan Xingzhou sped up his attacks. Ning Shu was always on the defensive. As long as the opponent was anxious, she would have an opportunity. The battle on the dueling platform became more and more intense. The spectators watched with rapt attention. This battle was the longest battle since the dueling platform was built. Dang dang dang. The sound of swords clashing against each other could be heard. Sparks flew in all directions, and the equipment was dazzling. Song Mountain has a well. Kong was watching the live broadcast and was a little surprised. This damn fatty is actually so powerful that he can waste so much time with Yan Xingzhou. Yan Xingzhou's playstyle was to have a lot of HP and a lot of ATK, which made him invincible. In Song Mountain, there was a well known as the Void Pursuit. It was capable of unleashing a powerful attack in an instant. Of all the martial arts in the world, only speed was unbreakable. There was no need to defend at all. the opponent would have already been killed by him. But when he fought with that damn fatty, he thought that damn fatty style would be fast, ruthless, and accurate. He didn't think that he would be able to last this long. This guy? Song Mountain has a well-named void. He felt that if he wanted to take revenge, he would have to increase his patience and speed. Otherwise, if he continued to slowly grind him down, he would grind him to death. He hated this type of playstyle the most. Yan Xingzhou was one, and now there was this damn fatty. After another 10 minutes of battle, both Ning Shu and Yan Xingzhou's HP bars were down to half. At this time, they didn't even have the time to drink blood tonics. Maybe the opponent would find a weakness. The two of them faced off like this, probing each other, trying to find a weakness. This kind of slow battle style was quite boring. At the very least, the spectators liked to watch intense battles where sparks flew in all directions, or even overwhelming the opponent. One hit, one kill. That was the most exciting and entertaining. The chat in the live broadcast room indicated that they were about to fall asleep. Tell me when it's over. I want to go offline and sleep. I'm not watching anymore. Whoever wins, tell me. Is this a duel or flirting? This is the longest battle. No other. Damn, I've already slept for a while. Please hurry up. +1. Ning Shu was annoyed by the long battle. He wanted to kill the opponent in one hit, but he couldn't. Instead, the opponent would find a weakness and kill him. This kind of evenly matched battle was the most boring. Ning Shu decided to interfere. You're so good. Song Mountain has a well called empty. You're much better. Song Mountain has a well called empty. Why are you talking about me? I'm already so embarrassed. Why are you talking about this in the live broadcast? This damn fatty is getting more and more unscrupulous. Yan Xingzhou didn't say anything. He saw that the time for him to go offline was getting closer and closer, but the opponent was still sitting there calmly. This made him frown in annoyance. After calculating the time, he released a dazzling big move. The opponent's sudden eagerness for quick success made Ning Shu's eyes light up. Just as he was about to attack back, he realized that Yan Xingzhou's figure had disappeared. He was forced offline. Ning Shu, this bastard planned to run away. Fuck you. I fought for so long for nothing. I'm so tired. Fuck you. The battle stopped. Ning Shu felt a little dizzy and mentally exhausted. Calculating the time, this battle had actually taken almost 40 minutes. Even killing a big BSS wouldn't be so tiring. What's this? Puan. Yan Xingzhou was forced offline. There's no way to determine the winner. The game system is probably a bit confused. Everyone waited for the game system to determine the winner. Game system? Draw, let's call it a draw. When Ning Shu heard that it was a draw, he went offline to rest. He had a splitting headache. His head was about to explode. Return was also about to explode. These two people were crazy. How could they waste so much time? Yan Xingzhou calculated the time and went offline. Could it be that he didn't want to kill Tao Jing? In any case, sometimes Return's brain was a black hole. He felt that Yan Xingzhou couldn't bear to kill Tao Jing, so he was forced to go offline. What was this? This was fucking love. That's why he spent so much time and effort for her. The duel was probably the longest time the two of them had spent together. Return turned off the stream. She wanted to cry. She wanted to rush to Yan Xingzhou and ask him, what do I have to do to make you like me and not look at Tao Jing? What do I have to do to make you ignore Tao Jing? But obviously, Return didn't dare. The game was saying that she liked Yan Xingzhou, but she had never told Yan Xingzhou. She was afraid that she would be rejected as soon as she confessed. She wouldn't even have a chance to flirt with him. Logically speaking, so many people in the game said that she liked Yan Xingzhou, but Yan Xingzhou didn't react at all. He didn't reject her directly, nor did he get close to her. /BK. Chapter 2635. She was like an insignificant person. His intestines were in a knot. What should he do? She felt that whether it was before or after her rebirth, Tao Jing was an insurmountable mountain, blocking in front of her, making her helpless. There were countless moments when Gui Lai really wanted Tao Jing to disappear. It would be great if she disappeared. This thought took root in his heart and became deeper and deeper. However, he knew that she could not disappear. She had left a mark. She was under a lot of pressure when she returned. Running away after being challenged had greatly affected her image. Recently, the number of people who watched her live broadcast had decreased by more than half. In the past, new players would watch her live stream, but now there were all kinds of random live streams in the game, squeezing her live stream into a corner. Her income had shrunk by more than half. She was very frightened and anxious. If this continued, she would not be able to earn money in the game. If you can't earn money, what's the point of fighting? She was not Tao Jing, who only needed to eat. Her parents loved her, and she did not need to worry about her livelihood. Her family wasn't very well off, and her parents didn't care about her at all. Yan Xingzhou had made her unable to see any hope. Now, even material things couldn't be guaranteed. Both ends were empty. He didn't get anything. Without money, how could he maintain his best condition? When he was free, he would go to the gym and buy decent clothes. He would live a mediocre life. The little money he earned every month was sometimes not even enough to buy himself a coat. He couldn't bear to go back to that kind of life. But now, there was no chance to turn the tide. Tao Jing had been challenging people all day, and her live broadcasts were very popular. Although there were very few people who rewarded her, no one watched her live broadcasts anymore. Yan Xingzhou, Sung Mountain has a well-named Kong, and both of them were indifferent to her. Without money, she had to grab onto someone who could give her a better life. It is easy to go from frugality to extravagance, but difficult to go from extravagance to frugality. Money was hard to earn and shit tasted bad. Now that no one was watching her proper live stream, what kind of live stream could she do to stand out? Returning home relied on his foresight to grab the first bucket of gold in the game. However, if he wanted to stand out now, it was much more difficult than before. The competition was also much greater. His head hurt. When she returned, she realized that other than gaming, she didn't seem to have any other survival skills that could help her earn money quickly. Her education meant that she couldn't get a high salary. Could it be that she wanted to sing and dance as a live streamer? But she looked down on it from the bottom of her heart. A live streamer like her had some technical content. That kind of coquettish and cute streamer would affect her image. If someone saw this, they would say that the former goddess of gaming had now become a streamer like this. Moreover, she still wanted to be together with Yan Xingzhou. She couldn't do something like cutting off her own path of retreat. Yan Xingzhou definitely wouldn't like her jumping around and singing at the top of her lungs during the live broadcast. She came back with a headache and was very anxious. This anxiety made her feel at a loss. Both her love and career failed. And it was all because of one person. Tao Jing. Like a shadow, he was everywhere. If Yan Xingzhou was with her, he wouldn't be so anxious when he returned. Because the ultimate goal of becoming better, becoming more beautiful, elegant, and rich, was to attract Yan Xingzhou's attention. But Yan Xingzhou was indifferent from beginning to end. He didn't dare to confess, but the other party didn't take the initiative at all. She really wanted to be with Yan Xingzhou, but she also wanted the other party to take the initiative to confess. If he took the initiative to confess, then he liked her. In short, she felt that the future was dark, which made her very frightened. Rebirth still couldn't change her fate. Ning Shu went offline and slept until midnight. When he woke up, he was hungry. He sneaked into the fridge to find something to eat. Brother San, who had gotten up to pee, was so scared that he thought that a thief had broken into the house. Ning Shu suppressed his urge to wolf down the food. He felt that the client would become a fat chick because her body really wanted to eat. Brother San clicked his tongue. So evil. Why are you on a diet? Your eyes are shining when you see food. Wait until I stop gaming, I can eat whatever I want. Wait a little longer, wait a little longer. He challenged all the experts in the game. During the day, Ning Shu played the game and challenged the more famous experts in the game. The most popular thing in the game now was, I'm easy to feed, challenging an expert every day. Even Ning Shu's live broadcast had people explaining who the expert was and why he was so awesome. Now, it had developed to the point where only those who were challenged by Ning Shu could be called experts. Therefore, the players who had some ability were in a dilemma. They were looking forward to Ning Shu's challenge. After all, she had said that she would only challenge experts. Being chosen by her felt like he had received proof that he was a god, an awesome existence. Only experts and awesome people were worthy of being challenged by her. But she was so strong. If she was killed, it would hurt and she would lose a level. It was really a dilemma. There were posts in the game forum guessing who I'm easy to feed would challenge. They even listed many experts and were looking forward to seeing which one she would challenge. Some experts were already secretly waiting for Ning Shu's challenge. If she was challenged, it meant that she was an expert. If she was defeated, it meant that she had defeated many experts who had been defeated by her. She would be famous for a long time. Some people even recommended themselves in the post, wanting to challenge I'm easy to feed. In short, Ning Shu had become a touchstone for experts. Many people were in a dilemma waiting for Ning Shu's challenge. Ning Shu didn't challenge anyone now. She ran to the level dungeon to find Song Mountain has a well is empty. That Song Mountain has a well is empty farming monsters was speechless. Damn, he thought that she was too busy to care about herself. Why was she still looking for him? Did he think that she had forgotten about him? What's wrong with the game company? Why haven't they fixed the bugs yet? This wretched lass is always looking for them. Ning Shu greeted her with a smile. I haven't seen you for a while. You seem to have gotten stronger. Song Mountain has a well is empty didn't want to talk to her at all. It's just playing around in the game. If you have to be so serious, it's really boring. It's just the emoji. I made you famous and you didn't even thank me. Do you know that some people on the internet want to be famous? They'll do something extreme. Ning Shu said, the emoji doesn't matter. But what about personal attacks? You're called a fatty every day. How do you feel? I'm not fat. Who asked you to eat me? Song Mountain has a well is empty said. Ning Shu was speechless. Ning Shu shrugged. I can't help it. I want to kill you. Who asked you to be so annoying? Damn fatty, don't provoke me. If you anger me, I don't know what I'll do. I can't vent in the game. I'll vent in real life. /BK. Chapter 2636. Song Mountain has a well named Kong threatens Ning Shu. If your family is rich, you can do anything. Ning Shu narrowed his eyes. So you're saying you want Tianliang Wangpa? So what if I am? Song Mountain has a well named Kong said with his arms crossed. Ning Shu looked down on him. You really have no balls. You can't beat people in the game, so you want to vent in real life. Your family is rich, not you. Reincarnation is a skill. Who told you to not reincarnate like me? Song Mountain has a well named Kong shook his legs. So scram now. Ning Shu chuckled, pulled out his sword, and walked towards him. Song Mountain has a well named Kong's face darkened. I say, why can't you understand? I'm letting you go. If you continue to pester me, I won't be polite to you. Do you still want to be with Yan Xingzhou? Yan Xingzhou won't like you like this. Ning Shu was suddenly interested. You and Yan Xingzhou have that kind of relationship, right? What relationship? Song Mountain has a well-named Kong didn't react for a moment. He didn't know what relationship Ning Shu was talking about. It's that kind of relationship. What kind of relationship? What are you pretending for? We're a couple. Bah, what are you talking about? I'm a straight guy, a straight guy. Yan Xingzhou and I are brothers. What's wrong with women these days? Brothers can even think of such dirty things. I'm convinced. Song Mountain has a well-named Kong's face turned ugly, as if he was insulted. It looked like he was really a straight guy. Ning Shu asked again, you clearly know that Guilai likes Yan Xingzhou, yet you still use me to provoke her. Do you like Guilai? According to Song Mountain has a well-named Kong's personality, he purposely attracted Guilai's attention. Song Mountain has a well-named Kong. Damn fatty, why are you so nice to these things? Are you trying to get information from me? See, I know you still like Yan Xingzhou. Do you like to come back? Ning Shu had already imagined the melodramatic plot of two brothers fighting over love and turning into enemies. Song Mountain's Jing Ming rolled his eyes. Puma, I'm a rich man. How can I just casually find a woman? My wife must be perfect. Hee, you're not perfect yourself, yet you want others to be perfect. Isn't Return perfect? It's beautiful, charming and plays well, Ning Shu asked. Song Mountain has a well-named is empty retreated, wanting to go offline as he said, I don't like her. She's someone who wants it so much that it's written all over her face. But I won't say it, and you'll have to take the initiative to give it to me. Ning Shu rubbed his chin as he waved his sword and killed Song Lu Jing and Lu Kong. There is a well in Song Mountain called Kong. Fuck, damn fatty, it hurt so much. I just suffered a loss at the hands of Yen Xingzhou. Do you think I'm a fool? Ning Shu said directly. After successfully killing Song Mountain has a well named Kong once again, Ning Shu carried his sword and went to the dueling platform to issue a challenge to Return. System notification, I'm Easy Living has challenged Return. The players were in an uproar. Why did I challenge Return? Why didn't I challenge other gods? There were so many gods with good skills. This was already Return's third challenge. Return didn't have the qualifications to be challenged a third time. Now, no one said that Ning Shu was too much of a bully. Instead, they felt that Return didn't have the qualifications to be challenged so many times, taking up the slots of other gods. Why was I Easy Living so willful? I should have challenged other gods. Didn't he say that he would only challenge the gods in the game? Why did he only challenge Return? Return was so angry that she almost vomited blood. What the hell? She was clearly the one who was bullied by Tao Jing, but they said that she didn't have the qualifications. Did they think that she wanted to be challenged? Could they give this honor to them? Return's fans were quite proud. After all, their goddess had been challenged 3 times. What did that mean? It meant that their goddess's skills were amazing. Because she was amazing, she had been challenged so many times. If they weren't convinced, they could only hold it in. Ever since he tied with Yen Xingzhou and killed Song Shan's Jing Ming Kong a few times, Ning Shu's skills were gradually recognized. His style was still as annoying, but his skills were strong. He challenged gods all day long. Some players who wanted to be recognized and famous tried to get Ning Shu to challenge them. Ning Shu only challenged one of these people occasionally. Return, fuck, what's wrong with this world? Are these people sick in the head? It was clearly Tao Jing taking revenge. Why are you all so active? Are you crazy? She didn't want to be challenged at all. If she lost, it would hurt and she would be demoted. Return didn't appear, causing the people below the stage to shout, Return, are you coming or not? If you don't want to fight, just admit defeat. Let's change to the next god. Many great gods are waiting anxiously to fight with me. If I'm defeated, I'll be recognized. This kind of recognition is much more reliable than official recognition. Return was very conflicted. Her fans were egging her on. Even if she lost, it was nothing. Who could be challenged 3 times? This was glory. Song Shan's Jing Ming Kong had also lost several times. Even Yen Xingzhou had run away in the end. Yen Xingzhou was forced to go offline, but after some people spread the news, it became that he had run away. Ning Shu was about to pee from laughing. He didn't know what Yen Xingzhou's expression would be when he heard the news. Return couldn't treat this challenge as glory, especially from Tao Jing. This wasn't glory, it was showing off. Tao Jing was showing off to her. But she had to go. If she went invisible or went offline like last time, her fans would be very disappointed. If her fans stopped being her fans, she would have no source of income. Standing face to face with Tao Jing, looking at the calm and composed Tao Jing, Return was angry. It was really unfair. What was her effort worth? Ning Shu pulled out his sword. Without any opening remarks, the battle was about to start. Return had been passively defending. Before the battle started, she knew she couldn't beat Tao Jing. She only hoped to lose slowly and beautifully. But Ning Shu didn't give her this chance. In a few rounds, she was cleanly dealt with. Return was in so much pain that her face turned pale. She died and lost a level. She was forced to go offline. It didn't take long. Ning Shu was actually quite puzzled. What was going on with Return? According to her battle power and equipment, she could at least fight for a long time. But she was dealt with so quickly. Facing her enemy, wasn't she angry? Why didn't she have any fighting spirit? It was such a good opportunity to take revenge, to kill each other, to tear each other apart. How could they not have any fighting spirit? Unable to figure it out, Ning Shu was too lazy to think. He killed Return again. It was about time. /BK. Chapter 2637. Returning Star's popularity was on the decline, and Yan Xingzhou didn't respond to her feelings. Who knew how angry she was? Ning Shu challenged Yan Xingzhou again, and this time Yan Xingzhou ran away. System notification: I'm easy to feed Yan Xingzhou. Yan Xingzhou. He rubbed his eyebrows in distress. What was she trying to do? He thought that the battle was over, and she wouldn't challenge him anymore. They should have a better understanding of each other's fighting strength. If they fought, it would probably take a long time. Should he accept or not? Yan Xingzhou accepted the challenge and appeared on the stage. Ning Shu asked, "How long do you have before you log off?" "Don't fight until it's time to log off again." "I have 2 hours, Yan Xingzhou said helplessly. Ning Shu looked at his log-off time. 2.5 hours. It was enough. Yan Xingzhou, why do you still want to challenge me? Ning Shu said, because I haven't defeated you yet. Before I defeat you, I'll keep challenging you. More accurately, I won't give up until I kill you once. Yan Xingzhou wondered if he should just surrender. Otherwise, there would be endless challenges in the future. He didn't have the mood. However, Yan Xingzhou gave up on the idea. Since there was enough time, he might as well keep fighting. Maybe he could even break through. The two started to fight tepidly again. You test me, I test your fighting style. The onlookers started to yawn. The battle between these two was the most boring. I'm so easy to feed, but when I meet Yan Xingzhou, I'm just like Yan Xingzhou. Can't they just fight? The players watching the live broadcast felt bored. They formed teams and started to clear dungeons. Maybe by the time they came back, the battle would be over. If it wasn't over, they could try another dungeon. They didn't believe that these two could fight until they were forced to log off. Ning Shu also felt that he was being led by the nose by Yan Xingzhou. Yan Xingzhou defended, while Ning Shu attacked non-stop, leaving Yan Xingzhou in a passive situation where he could only take a beating. However, Yan Xingzhou was very steady. He was probably looking for a chance to counterattack. The battle on the duel stage became more and more intense. Only then did the people below the duel stage get excited and watch the battle on the duel stage. Ning Shu purposely revealed an opening to lure Yan Xingzhou. Yan Xingzhou, who had been passively taking a beating, seized this opening. Ning Shu counterattacked, finally placing his sword against Yan Xingzhou's neck. Yan Xingzhou narrowed his eyes. He had already understood why he had failed. This chubby girl actually had such a scheming mind. One can't judge a book by its cover. Ning Shu smiled. Without hesitation, he swiped at Yan Xingzhou's neck. Yan Xingzhou furrowed his brows in pain. Yan Xingzhou was forced to go offline. Ning Shu felt comfortable all over, and the gloominess in his heart seemed to have dissipated. She just didn't know if her sword would cut off the predestined relationship between the client and Yan Xingzhou. Who knows? Whether or not Xiang Yu and Yan Xingzhou could have another lifetime of love, it was clear that the most important thing now was to solve the problem of the client's mood. She couldn't even care about herself, so why would she care about love? Eat and drink well, find a gourmet partner, and then travel far and wide for a meal. Ning Shu couldn't stop drooling at the thought of food. She was afraid that she had been infected. When she returned to the system space, she must have a good meal. Without anything to eat, her heart felt empty. Song Mountain's well is empty. Saw the damn fatty swipe at Yan Xingzhou's neck without hesitation. He couldn't help but suck in a breath, his teeth aching. This chubby girl was too ruthless. She could even lay her hands on the person she liked. She must have been even more ruthless to him. Song Mountain's well is empty also went offline. He saw Yan Xingzhou sitting in the gaming pod touching his neck. Do you think this chubby girl is crazy? Didn't she like you? Yan Xingzhou touched his neck. The blade cut through his skin. The cold pain was still fresh in his memory, causing him to reflexively cover his neck. The fear of death made people tremble. She probably doesn't want to play games anymore. That's why she's so unrestrained. Yan Xingzhou said. She's not playing games anymore? She's working hard to level up. Why isn't she playing games anymore? Song Mountain's well is empty was very happy. He finally got rid of a lunatic. He chased after him every day, but his heart felt empty. He was very disappointed. Would the damn fatty not kill him in the future? He felt that the game was no longer fun. It was only interesting when it was thrilling. Despicable. After Ning Shu challenged a few more famous almighties. After that, he went to kill Song Mountain's well is empty a few more times. He was killed. Song Mountain's well is empty thought. Wait for me to take revenge. You want revenge? Dream on. Ning Shu stood on the dual platform, broadcasting. He directly said, "Forgive me for being blunt. Everyone here who plays this game is trash." This was a big shot that offended everyone in the game. They can't even beat me. They're all trash. Boring. What's the point of playing with a bunch of trash? I'm going to smash my gaming pod when I get back. Under everyone's angry gazes, Ning Shu's figure slowly disappeared. Hey, they're all trash. They can't even beat me. Boring. I was a little serious and now I'm invincible. Trash. Ning Shu logged out of the game and rushed to the kitchen immediately. She made a bowl of instant noodles and smelled the fragrant smell of the gutter oil. Ning Shu almost cried. It was too blissful. However, the side effect of eating it was diarrhea. It seemed like she couldn't eat too greasy food. After losing weight, her diet was very healthy. She couldn't eat too greasy food. Third brother went offline. Ning Shu asked, "You're really not playing anymore?" "Damn, I'm still counting on you to earn money. I'm not playing anymore. It's boring. I've already challenged everyone." In order to show her determination, Ning Shu smashed her gaming helmet. "I'm not playing anymore." She finally didn't have to lose weight. Third brother. Damn, she ran away with a map bomb. That was too shameless. She was probably afraid that all the players would gang up on her and beat her up. Ning Shu smashed her gaming helmet because her skills were too different from the client's. If the client continued playing the game, she would definitely be exposed. In the future, the client shouldn't play games anymore. She should eat and drink. As for virtual games, she didn't care. Ning Shu went out. She went to the wonton shop that the client frequented to eat small wontons. Then she went to get a grilled fish to eat. God, there was so much delicious food. Ning Shu pretended to be in the embrace of delicious food. The players in the game were all sharpening their knives. They decided to teach the arrogant "I'm easy" defeat a lesson. Otherwise, he would really think that he was invincible. When Song Mountain's well is empty heard this, he almost vomited blood. Damn, he really ran away. He tried to kill him so many times, but he didn't kill him back. The other party ran away. He couldn't take this lying down. He also heard that he smashed his gaming helmet. Fuck, I don't have much, but I have a lot of gaming capsules and gaming helmets. You're not allowed to stop playing. /BK, you're tuning in to the Passion Pages YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.